Okay.
And then
Do
I'll
you
just
just want to put an at everyone out notification for both of our streams at the same time, do you think?
can you repeat that? Sorry.
You just want to send out an at everyone notification with both of our streams instead of doing them one and one?
Yeah, I think did it not do it? It just and then
Do
I'll
you
just
just want to
earlier when we were
put an
testing
at
it sent
everyone out notification for...
one automatically in one of them.
Huh?
I don't know which one. Did it or did it not? Am I
I
just
can just
bugged
PM
in?
you my stream link so that way you can send both at the same time.
Oh, it did it to the wrong one. Oh, my stream information is incorrect. Whoops. Let me fix that real quick. I wish I could do that straight from OBS.
What's the leader's Discord handle?
No idea.
He's in my PMs. Hold on, Gibbs.
Can I? Is it create for dashboard?
At who else did we ask? Mesky.
Stream manager. And Deathwing, he said he would. Alright, so that's up to date. I think. Yes, perfect. And I'll PM Deathwing too, just to cover bases. Join the driver interview VC, please.
Mesky's sitting there waiting when we're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, no, let's go for it.
Actually, I'll mute myself in Discord so I can do like an intro to the stream, but you can go ahead and get him in and just give me
Okay.
like 1 quick second.
Okay, no worries. Mesky, how's it going?
What's up?
How's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you?
We're pretty good, pretty good. We're excited to be here. Excited for you guys. Hopefully, you guys have a pretty good race. So,
Yes.
my co-host here is just setting up his stream real quick, and he'll be here in a second. But
Okay.
so we just want to talk to you about last qualifying session. You're gonna be going into this race on a quali ban, right? Isn't that correct?
Nah, that's correct. Correct.
Any thoughts? Do you feel like the penalty was just there, or do you feel like it was a bit harsh?
I feel like the penalty was a little bit harsh. Honestly, it's only my second time actually starting. I know that's a big amount, but I feel like it's a little bit harsh. Maybe like, well, I mean, he said that if it happened again, I would get a quality ban, so I guess it is reasonable. I mean, as long I'm happy, I'm just able to race. I don't have a race ban, so I'm not really that frustrated about a quality ban. So
Okay.
it's not really the biggest deal to me.
So going into this weekend, do you feel confident that you're gonna be able to make up the positions here?
Yes, I feel pretty confident. For Christmas, I got my first wheel, and I've been practicing very hard and stuff.
Oh,
So
wow.
I feel pretty confident. I just want to get up about 5 places. I just want to get into the P 12 or higher
Okay.
category.
So with this new wheel, do you think that you're gonna be bringing a lot more pace this weekend?
Yes, I think I will be bringing a lot more pace because obviously before I was on controller and I play with all the assists off, and it was kind of hard, especially with the ABS off. Having the trail brake is really hard
Mm-hmm.
with the triggers, and it wasn't very easy. But now I have my paddles, so it's a lot more easier to trail brake now.
Okay, okay. So you run no assist. A lot of league drivers, especially the lower ones, they run with a lot of assist. How long you been racing without assist?
It hasn't even been a year. It's only been a couple of months. I got the game in about September, I
Okay.
believe. of last year. So it's only been a couple of months, and honestly, like everybody else, started with all assist on. And then, I realized how good people were, and I just started to watch some YouTube videos. And then they told me that, and they said like the best way to get better is to just play with no assist on. And that's what I've been,
Excellent.
carrying on, playing with no assist, and, just getting better. And I obviously know I probably won't get a P10 this race, but, it's only my third race of being in this league. So, I'm just happy that I'm able to keep building on my skills and really adapt to how everybody else races.
Really well said. Definitely with league races, do not discount yourself out starting from last. And league races, you never know what's going to happen. So definitely keep your head up high and keep it clean through Tier 1. It's going to be the most important here in Canada. Do you have much experience around Canada? Have you got your setup down for quali tonight? Well, I guess you don't really need it for quali, but for the race, are you going to have something good that you're comfortable on?
Yeah, I'm really starting to think about my strategies going into this race. Canada it's not really a turning track, it's more of straights.
Okay.
Like all the other maps. Well, for example, like, I don't know, like say like Suzuka, it has a good amount of straights, but it's those turns coming into turn 3, 4, and 2,
Yep.
So I think I'm just gonna try to pit early, start on softs, gain the most positions I can, and then go on hard and try to keep those positions for the rest of the race. But only time will tell, depending on what other teams do.
Okay, yeah, it sounds
And
like you
it's
got a
really
pretty good
important.
strategy going through there.
Yeah, and it's also really important in our fight strategy because it's only me in this race. I don't have my teammate with me
Okay.
today. I'm pretty sure, so I really gotta focus and make sure I get the points.
All right, very nice, very well said. We appreciate you coming out and speaking on your thoughts there. It's very nice to hear from you, and we wish you the best of luck during the race. Any closing thoughts here, Fridge? I think Fridge might be. Oh,
No,
oh, there he
sorry, I
is.
was I was scrambling, but no, I mean, I'm happy to hear that you're pretty new with a wheel. I'm maybe a month in with a wheel, and trust me, it helps so much,
Absolutely,
so much.
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, well, thank you for coming out. Wish you the best
So
of
yeah, that's
luck.
it for me.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. You
Yep.
guys have a good one. Can't wait to hear you guys talking during the race.
All right, yep.
Yep. Good luck,
Appreciate it.
Muskie.
See you, man.
All right. See you guys.
All
All
right.
right, so you want to do both Haas at the same time?
Both hosts are actually not in the waiting room, so we cannot do that.
Oh, Gibby's not Haas. I
Gibby's
forgot.
our session leader.
Race leader.
We could
Yep,
bring
yep.
him in last special feature as long as
Yep.
or do we want to bring him in next so that way time permits?
Up to you.
Let's let's hear from Gibbsy. Let's hear from him
All
real
right.
quick.
All right. Go ahead.
What?
Gibbsy,
What up?
how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going. I'm trying not to spin out on time trials right now.
Very nice, very nice. Good to hear. The league leader by almost double the points of P2. How are you feeling going into this weekend?
Oh Lord. Uh, you know, I really shouldn't have won last race. That was like one of my weakest tracks, and with everyone just running over each other, it was kind of a nice little gift for me. I don't know if were you commentating last race?
No, this is
I
actually
was.
my first one. Fridge was there last time.
Wait, Sorry, here. I'll pause. Who am I talking to?
I'm Dez, and then my co-host here is Fridge. He was commentating the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Bridge. That's
Yes,
right.
I know exactly what happened last race. Look, Nova was looking like an animal in heat. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel hoping maybe that he gets shunted turn 1 again?
Well, I'm hoping for my fellow comrades to do a little bowling bowling action on turn 1, but
Well,
you
we
never
did just
know.
speak to
You never know
Messi.
with
He's
the
going to be
toss-up.
starting from last place, and he's looking to make some positions, so don't count him out from causing something there.
Starting last.
Yes, he has a qualifying ban due to a incident in the last Grand Prix qualifying session, so he's starting dead last,
Oh,
irregardless.
R.I.P.
But he has a very good strategy going into the race. He's not too hopeful of points, but he's very well keeping his mind open to getting at least 5 positions. So definitely don't discount something out of turn 1, especially around Canada.
Okay.
Very, very tricky through turn 1 and the league races there.
don't count me out to not speed in the pit lane. That's
Oh boy.
definitely one
Yeah, me too. Me
that's
too.
on the
Don't
table.
worry about that one.
Cards are on the table for speeding in the pit lane. That's for sure.
Definitely, definitely. So, do you have any concerns with Bahrain? Is it one of the tracks that you're more comfortable with, or do you feel a bit sketchy
no.
going in?
So I'm actually like race pace. I'm okay at. It's just track limits, man. I always. It's that. What is that? After the slow turn, turn 1, turn 2, or turn 3, when it like cuts back hard, right?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I've
Right
spoken
there,
with other people
cuts you
about
early.
Canada before, and yeah, Sector 1 is always the one that they bring up to be very tricky.
Dude, I don't know what it is. If I somehow don't get track limits right there, then I'm just going right in the grass every time. I can't figure out where the happy medium spot is. Do you go 4th gear right there, or do you go 3rd? I don't even know.
Through the hard right?
Hard right, the back left, right?
Yes, I hold fourth.
Oh, I think I know this
Fourth,
one
okay.
somehow. I'm
Okay.
typically going through that, I think 5th, I believe. I'm talking about in Sector 1, turn 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hold that in high gear 5th, but 4th is pretty good to hold the momentum through that, but if you need to hold speed, 5th is pretty optimal for it. How's your setup going in? Do you feel like you have a good setup that's going to save on your tires, or are you hoping to attack here?
Brother, I'll be transparent with you. I have not been playing F1 lately.
Oh, boy.
So I just looked up a setup. I am trying it right now, and
Oh, boy.
we'll see how this goes. We'll see
So
how this goes.
you
I went
won-
karting this weekend though.
Well, there you
That
go.
was
There's
a
some
fun.
practice.
That was a fun experience. That was my practice right there.
So you're 3 for 3 so far in the league races. Very, very nice record. You're not too confident of keeping that record of 100% win rate today?
No, absolutely not. Nova's got it in the bag. If I'm
Oh,
a betting
wow.
man, money's on Nova.
Okay. Well, you heard it here. Do you feel a podium's in sight, or do you feel like that might be a bit of a stretch to say as well?
I think I'll get a podium. I think I'll get. I'm humble enough to say I'll get a podium.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We definitely appreciate speaking to you. You had some really good insight. Definitely going to be pretty nice to see what happens in qualifying. Then it'll be a lot more different than we might have been anticipating to begin
For
with.
sure. For sure. Is this a full or is this a short qualifying?
I think it's short in this league. You tell me.
Oh. Well, it's usually full, so that's why I'm hoping
wow.
it's a short.
Oh, I think I might have seen a rule.
If it's full, I'm gonna kill
That
myself.
sounds right. That sounds right. I think last one was adjusted because it was a little later. I think
Okay.
Oh,
something
oh.
like that. Something like that. Or no, it was sprint race last time. But I don't
Hey,
know.
Fridge, I need you to go talk to NASCAR boy. We need to change that. We need to change that ASAP. ASAP. We need to change that.
We are simply but commentators. There's only so much we can do.
humble commentators here.
We hold no influence. We definitely didn't get 2 new VCs in the last 2 hours and a whole new channel and everything, but we have no power over the league.
Well, boys, hey, that was fun. Yeah, hope for the best. Not gonna be part of the bowling balls, but I'll be
Hopefully we'll
hopefully I'm
speak
the
to you
bowling
again
ball,
after
the
the
other people are
session.
the pins. There we go.
That's what we can hope for. Talking to you again after the session, maybe between if you're on pole there.
Maybe if I feel like talking to y'all again. But, all right, I'll catch you guys.
All right, appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thanks. Bye.
See ya. Well, there you go. I was not expecting that. I thought he was going to have more confidence heading into this weekend.
Christmas time. Christmas time really squeezes people's times, or
That's true.
is the most free time they'll have all year.
Real quick, Fridge, make sure that you share your stream into the Discord as well, so that way people watching on Twitch can find you there.
Yep. Let me take care of that. super
It
quick.
looks like we might not be having Nova tonight, a possible race winner, but we do have his teammate, iRacing Noob. Let's go ahead and bring him in here. Welcome, iRacing Noob. Are you there?
Oh yeah, what's up?
What's going
Yep,
on,
I'm
man? Is your teammate possibly available as well?
He said he wasn't gonna show up
Ah.
for voice chat today.
Okay. All right. No worries. So we would like to talk to you though, because your teammate and you have quite the interesting story going into this league. You both have very few race starts compared to other drivers, but you guys are P2 in the constructors. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, just getting consistent and good points. Nova is obviously much quicker than me over most tracks, so I try my best to help him out with that. And then besides for that, I try to get as many points as I can.
Okay.
So just consistency.
Yeah, no, Nova's done one race so far, and he's gotten a P3 out of it, it looks like. So, and then you have two P3s, correct?
Uh, Not sure. Don't really remember.
Or no, you have one P3 and then one uncertain, it looks like possibly here. But still,
Yeah.
very, very good results, especially for two drivers that haven't competed in every event to be P2 in the constructors. Are you guys hopeful to win that, or do you think that Racing Bulls will put up too much of a fight with their pace?
We can definitely win it. I have 100% confidence that we can win it for sure.
Okay, yeah, we just got done talking with Gibbsy, and to be fair, he didn't sound too confident on winning out this race weekend. He actually said that your teammate Nova might be having the best shot. Any thoughts on that?
Uh, well, yeah, I feel like he could definitely, or Nova could definitely put up a fight to win. I feel like he's gonna qualify high like usual.
Okay.
Hopefully he doesn't get taken out into turn one like usual, but yeah.
Yeah, you never know in the leagues. You never know in the leagues. How hopeful are you for some good finishing here? Gibbs did say he was hopeful for a podium, and if you're saying that Nova may have a shot at a win, that still leaves one more spot on the top steps. Do you think that will be you tonight?
Uh, Hopefully, the others probably said this, but the track limits around here,
Yep.
it's not nice. So it's just that's the only problem I'm gonna have. I'm expecting to see a lot of penalties today.
Yep, yeah. So that leads me into my next question. How confident are you around the track? Do you feel good? Do you have a good setup going? Do you feel like your tires are going to hold? How are you feeling going into this?
Feeling pretty good, just deciding strategy and hoping I can hang on with the cars in front if I qualify pretty far behind. But I have faith of qualifying pretty high. I feel confident.
All right, very nice to hear. Fridge, any closing comments here?
Nope, just taking notes like a studious commentator.
All right, well then, if you don't have any other comments, questions, or concerns for SI Racing, we much appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you after the race. But yeah, like I said, you never know. You never know.
Yep, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yep, of course.
All right. Bye.
See ya. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Is that one? Who was the other person? Is Deathwing still wanting to do an interview? Did you reach out to him?
Let me PM him again. He
Okay.
was in here. Oh, that is you. That is not Deathwing.
Sounds like we could have a pretty good mix-up on the podium with one step uncertain, though, of who's going to be up there. Especially if Gibbs doesn't feel confident that he can take the top step. So it'll definitely be interesting to see there what happens in qualifying.
Yeah, that's honestly shocking to me to hear
yeah.
the leader feeling
3 for 3, 100%.
nervous. 100% with a sprint race win.
It's not even that he's nervous, it's that he's confident that he can't win it, really. Which is really shocking to hear.
That is worse. That is worse. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like very reflective of real F1. You know, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and the McLaren's rocket ships, they were scared of Max Verstappen the whole season.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see where Nova ends up here. It sounds like he's dialing in to settle to the very last minute leading up to the Grand Prix, so we'll definitely be interested in seeing where he lies in the standings after today. He does have quite a ways of room to make up to catch up to Gibbs, though, in the championship. He's only participated in, what was it, one event?
One event?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't count him out yet. It's only race 4, but tonight will really show some pace, and Gibbs is going to have to minimize the damage here tonight and keep it clean all the way through for sure.
Yep, with a tight track as Canada, it is not a street circuit, but it is still very tight.
Absolutely.
I was supposed to have a league race earlier today, but because RaceNet is down, you know, EA, get on that. We just did a casual drop-in, and there was, we had reduced damage just because it was casual, and there was still damage.
Absolutely. I have a friend that I'm racing with in another league, and we raced around Canada in the league one time, and he took me out from behind, and then we did a redo race, and he did the exact same thing in the exact same spot, the exact same way. So do not discount turn 1 being the only place for collisions, as it is very, very tricky with a lot of understeer around Canada. And Mesky too, he's looking to make up places, and I frankly don't know if he will be able to with going on the softs. They're going to burn out really quick. So a soft hard lineup is definitely going to be a hard strategy to manage.
Yeah, I mean, if he were starting in first, you could maybe argue that he could get away with it, but driving in dirty air is just gonna shred those tires even more than what the Canada track already does.
Right. Especially if he's going to be pushing hard, those softs are going to be hard to maintain. You really have no forgiveness pushing hard on softs through Canada, and then to make up positions while doing it is pretty insane. So
Yeah,
it'll definitely keep your eyes on him because he will probably be the only driver to start on the soft tire as well.
I don't want to say I would hope so, but I think for the sake of everybody else, I would hope they do not try to do a two-stop. With the pace of the top field, I really don't think a two-stop would really pay off.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You can get away so easily with the one stop around here, unless you do pick up damage. Then
Yes,
the
yes.
strategy goes a lot to shit. Especially with a lot of drivers, you cannot discount a safety car midpoint to almost done through the race. So a safety car could really bring Mesky into play here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, never want to hope for a safety car, but he will be hoping for a safety car probably.
Definitely. It sounds like we might be able to get Deathwing on for an interview in a second here. Do you know if the lobby is opening soon here?
I'm trying to keep an eye on it in the Discord. So far, they are working on getting the new drivers added
Right, yep,
as
I'm seeing that.
friends. So should be soon, but we do have Deathwing now ready for us.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and I'll bring him in here. Deathwing, how's it going?
All right, man. That's about yourselves.
We're doing pretty good. How are you feeling going into tonight?
Uh, well, I'm loaded with the flu and I'm recovering from it.
Oh
Other
boy.
than that, I'm good.
Yeah, my girlfriend is too, so I feel you there. So how do you feel going into the Canadian track? It's gonna be a bit interesting, won't it? A lot of people are worried about the track limits. Do you feel the same?
Well, personally, I can't stand Canada. It's a pain in the arse, and primarily down to the reasons of the so easily to give a penalty away.
Oh, I see. You moved up from D2 to D1 and are at Mercedes. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you have a shot at some good championship position in this league, or what do you think?
Never say never.
Okay. Definitely a good outlook to have. A lot better than Gibbs tonight. He's saying that he might not be able to win tonight. Do you feel that his confidence might be a good opportunity for a podium?
To be fair, I'm just going to keep it clean, keep it fast as I humanly can, and see where we are at the end of it.
Absolutely.
Hopefully not.
Absolutely. Mesky is going to be
Hopefully not.
starting at the very back on a grid place penalty. He won't be able to partake in qualifying. Are you worried about the backfielders possibly colliding?
Well, that's always a concern, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Any plans into turn one? Go wide and avoid collisions, or pray that no one comes from behind?
A little from column A and a little from column B, I suppose. Just try and survive the first corner and
Yep.
not to die and not to kill someone.
Absolutely. Do you have any sit-ups that you got going that you feel confident on, or are you going to kind of free wing it into the Grand Prix?
I've got a reasonably high setup,
Okay,
primarily to protect my tyres.
gotcha.
Because the last couple of runs I've done, I've had a lower setup and it's just absolutely destroyed my tyres.
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely a concern. Mesky's talking about going on to the softs to a hard strategy, but for me, that's a bit worrisome if he's going to be pushing to make up positions on some soft tires around Canada, and he's also opting for a top speed setup. I do not see those tires lasting. He will definitely be praying for a safety car at around the half to end point of the race. With the lobby so high pop, do you feel like a safety car is something safe to bet on, or do you feel like it's not something to bet on?
To be fair, I'm guaranteeing at least 2 or 3.
Really? Okay.
Well, each each race is different, really. Some are really, really clean. Some are turn out the complete opposite. You just never know until you get there.
Right, 100%. Yep. Do you have a Mercedes teammate? I believe you do not, correct?
I've got a reserve teammate called Coda.
Okay, do you
Oh,
have
is
faith
it?
that you two will be able to work together, or how do you think that's going to play out?
He's very new to the game. He's only just getting the setup and whatnot, so he's a few seconds off pace at the moment. But I'm
Okay.
helping him. I'm helping him with setups and whatnot, and teaching him racing lines and
Okay.
things like that to help him pace and that.
That's good to hear that you're helping them. I am one of them. I'm a little hesitant to help out reserve drivers because you never know who they're going to end up racing for. My experience in the last league race I ran, I had a reserve driver. He qualified very backwards towards the grid and then was out on lap 3. I was pretty thankful that I didn't help him out because he was kind of a dick. I can't really lie. But it's good to hear that you're optimistic about your reserve teammate, and hopefully you two can make something up tonight. And we wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Any closing thoughts here, Fridge?
I just want to know, is this your revenge arc, Deathwing? You were in D2 before. You had whatever that D2 race was. Can't really call it a race. But is
No,
this
not
your revenge
really.
arc?
Well, I was in like Division One initially. Then they opened the D2 for like one race, and then that got shut, and then back to D1. So nothing really changed. If anything, it gave me a confidence because I got a bit of a win.
Okay.
Well, that's good to hear.
All right. Well, we appreciate you having a chat with us, and definitely wishing you luck. And keep it clean out there, and watch your back because there will definitely be drivers looking to move upwards.
Certainly will be. But cheers, lads.
Cheers.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
So it looks like we have a pretty positive outlook going into the race. Here we go into qualifying. Perfect timing transition, and of course I get a Discord as I switch back to it 2 in a row. Also, have you noticed that you can see the Red Bull chat in the Discord? For some reason that
Yeah,
just
that
got added.
just popped up for me.
Yep.
No idea. I think some guy who is filling in or is now a new replacement was asking for access to it and maybe misclick by the admins.
That's possible. That's very possible. Definitely some good interviews. Good to hear from the drivers. Definitely going to want to hear from the pole sitter and some drivers later on, possibly people that are going to be DNFing. Good to hear from a good amount about some opinions on the matter. Good to see Deathwing possibly make up some moves. I want to see what kind of qualifying pace this guy has.
Yeah. I don't know. Those V carbs and the Haas drivers, it's equal performance, but they're really making those cars look a lot faster than the rest of the field.
Definitely, definitely.
All right. One quick thing. I will just be, I guess, separating for a second just to have my graphics up, just so we're not conflicting.
Yep, no worries.
So I'll be right back for that.
Okay. Just gonna wait for the first cars to come out. They're taking their time to come out, which is actually kind of interesting. I typically like to go out right away and try and get a clean lap done before any cars hit track, so it's pretty interesting that no one's wanting to come out as of yet. So here we go. My buddy Miko, he's repping the Red Bull reserve seat today. See if he can make up some spots. He's going to have Jesus alongside of him, so hopefully he doesn't sit there and scream, Jesus, take the wheel. Here we go. NASCAR boy is going to be starting his first lap, it looks like. He's going out for the outlet. He's the first car out. No one else has left the garage yet, so we'll see what he's able to do. Everyone's either tweaking their setups or waiting to see what other people can do here. It looks like that McLaren, either this is a visual bug or he is on the medium tires. Now this is very interesting. I wonder if he's either chosen the medium tire allocation weekend or if he's just wanting to save a set of sauce for the race. See what kind of pace he has in a little bit here. We have a RB now out on an outlap. I believe this to be a reserve driver. Tapping the wall a little bit on his outlap. And we also have out a Red Bull and a Williams. Marcus come out behind the Red Bull, leaving absolutely no gap to the car behind there. Starting to pace out
I am
a
back,
little
just
bit.
as.
Oh, welcome back. Did you see the, I think it was the Williams there tapping the wall on their outlap?
It may have been going on in the background while I had the graphics up, so I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, the Williams tapped the wall a little bit on the outlap as the McLaren starts his flying lap on medium tires.
Yeah, there are 3 people so far fitting medium tires. We have iRacing Noob, NASCAR Boy, and Frankie Franchicha. Let me tell you what, he is definitely a new driver because I do not remember that name.
Oh boy. Let's see what NASCAR can do on some medium tires. Getting a little bit of a lockup down into turn 3, coming out turn 4, picking a lot of curb and a lot of grass. He's got a very bad exit out of there. Making as much as he can though. Very early on the brakes there. He has no confidence on these tires. He took that turn through 3rd with an early braking zone. I do not see this being a very good lap for this session. Keeping it pretty tight through the hairpin though. Not sure how good that exit will compare, however. Are we going to possibly see some drivers doing 2 hot laps on these medium tires? I feel like that might be a possibility. And NASCAR crosses the line a 12-1. That is... I'm sorry, NASCAR. That's not the kind of the target that you're wanting on the mediums. He's definitely going to have to go again to burn a set of softs. That will not be enough. So we have a Racing Bull crossing the line, a 13 on soft tires. Are you seeing this, Fruge? I believe Fruge is currently AFK, but a 13 for a Racing Bull on soft tires. I hope he's just feeling out the lap, as that might not be too competitive at the time. He will probably have to go out again. Jesus, taking a very quick line through there. He went down to 3rd. Don't know how well that's going to hold up. It's on the soft tires. And a 12-1 from the Williams. Very nicely done. He did on soft, so I'm not sure how well that's going to hold up. As NASCAR did a 12-1 on the mediums. Very close together. Actually, thousandths together. I said very nice lap when I just shit on NASCAR's time. So we'll see what people can make up here. As Jesus is avoiding some traffic on track. A lot of front lock there, but I think that might be pretty, it's pretty wide through the hairpin. I feel like he might have lost some time through the corner there. So he makes his way down the back straight. Keeping it pretty tidy through the wall, champions, not pushing too hard there. Everyone's trying to get their first lap done. It's not insane times. And he does a 10-8. Very, very nice lap from Jesus. Definitely can push that harder, but a good first lap to keep it tidy and get a time on the board without putting it in the wall. See who else we can find out here. As Gibby does a 10-0 on the soft tires. Very nicely done from Gibby. Very, very nice. He said he wasn't too confident heading into this weekend, but that's a very good time to start the session off. See who else we can get out. We have Biggie in the Ferrari. He's about to end his hot lap here. Pushing a decent amount through that chicane, avoiding the wall. And he sets a 10-6. Very good time. Very good first time. Let's see what else we got going on. We have a McLaren on an in-lap. Possible Mercedes on a hot lap? Yes, Mercedes on a hot lap. And this will be the reserve driver to Deathwing, who he said was struggling with setup in his line. So we'll see what kind of assist he can provide Deathwing tonight. As Deathwing does a 10-8. He's right there with Jesus, so that'll be interesting for the podium for sure. Nova still in the pits, has not done a lap along with his teammate, along with Frankie and Sprixie, as the Mercedes goes very, very wide through the hairpin there. He's getting a nice slipstream off that Red Bull, though that's dangerous, Mika, to be leaving that slipstream for him. He's going to keep it clean through the last corner. So Miko has not set a lap yet. What driver was that? Ooh, Dakota with a 14.3 on the soft tire and a slipstream. That is not what they're going to be looking for today. As Miko is out on a hot lap, let's follow him around here. Ooh, very harsh there. That might have been track limits, but it seems like, nope, that was definitely invalidated. I can see it in the track map. Unfortunate Miko, a little bit too hard on the push there. Didn't have those tires quite warm enough. We have Nova finally on his out lap here. See if we can find a hot lap from someone. We have an Aston Martin here on the hot lap. Just follow along with them as they're going through turn 3. Keeping it nice and tidy, avoiding those track limits unlike Miko. He's getting a nice slipstream down the straight here. That's definitely going to be helping his time, possibly putting him into Q2. Very, very nice slipstream off that Ferrari. Is the Ferrari going to get out of the way when it's needed, though? Very brave and late on the brakes, but that's going to be a nice line through there. As he gets another slipstream off of this Ferrari. I don't believe this Ferrari is on a hot lap, but if he is, then he might need to get out of the way. I believe that Ferrari might be the Ferrari of Toxin. Keeping it pretty clean, closing up more to the Ferrari. This is going to be really good for the Aston Martin, really bad for the Ferrari. As the Aston Martin goes P1 with a 9.7. That looked like a beautiful lap and was. And the Ferrari of Toxin was either invalidated or something. I don't know what was going on with that. I actually have not tried the Iconic edition, so I would be the wrong person. I believe that's more so for people using the career mode, but I would definitely look up a YouTube video on that. I would not be a good frame of reference. See, other teammate Aston Martin looks to be on a hot lap here. Possibly? No, this is not a hot lap.
I'm back again, just as I had to get some yap out of my system.
No worries, no worries. We're just keeping company. Did you see that lap on the Aston Martin?
No, but Dude, what is going on?
Nova is just
insane.
finishing his hot lap, I believe. Nope, just starting. Nova is just starting his hot lap if you want to... Oh wait, no, he went for a hot lap. What the hell happened to him? Well,
I mean, even on medium tires, that is not what you want to see.
Definitely not. The Aston Martin that's on, well, I guess it's not really pole as it is Q1, but the Aston Martin with the fastest lap had a tow from the Ferrari down every single straight. And set a very good lap with it.
He better send him a gift basket because that is a massive favor in quali.
Yes, definitely. Especially if he wasn't too confident today, he might be feeling some more confidence. Now, does Nova go for a second lap here? I feel that I asked earlier, but I don't think you were there. I was asking if the medium tires are going for 2 laps on their outings. And I feel like I might have been right in saying that, as it looks like Nova's on a second hot lap.
He very well might be. I mean, is it interesting? Is it a little different? It is. But considering it is a long quali, he might just be, I don't know, just kind of warming up.
I don't feel like burning a set of mediums was the right call, as a lot of people are going out in softs. As he does a 10-0, that will definitely put him through to Q2, and he will be happy with that. Is he thinking of betting on a safety car to run some soft tires?
I don't know, but he definitely has pace. If he is P3 on mediums, I mean.
I don't think he had a slipstream. Watching that through, I don't remember seeing a slipstream there from anyone, so definitely keep an eye on Nova pulling away tonight. What's his teammate lining up at? His teammate has yet to set a lap. Is he on his hot lap now? It looks like his teammate's on a hot lap now on the mediums as well. They also waited a good while to go out to start their laps. Ooh, as he goes very wide through turns 3 and 4. Keeping it tidy, going into the second chicane. Third gear too. He's not very brave on his traction, it looks like. Not pushing terribly hard, I feel. Looks like he's keeping it pretty tidy though. Yeah, it does not feel like this second Haas is pushing that hard.
might be part of the strategy. Really just making it through Q1.
Definitely.
Getting rid of the medium tires for whatever their logic is, but I don't know, might be some team play going on here.
I feel either the Haas's have chosen the harder tire allocation, and they only have 2 sets of softs, or at least a couple sets less, or they're banking on a safety car and wanting to run softs at some point during the race. As he goes P6,
I don't know.
10-7, that should get him through, but that's not exactly on pace with his teammate. He said that he didn't have the pace compared to his teammate, and it shows, but that is still a very promising lap that should get him through. As Jesus has opted to go out for a second time.
I will tell you, in my chat, I have Shawarma, who I don't remember if that was his teammate before he left, but he claims, and I want to emphasize, he claims, where's it at? That Jesus set a 109.9 2 months ago on time trial, but I'll tell you the way I told my chat, or my stream independently, that does not matter. This is not time trial. This is actual quali pace.
And Jesus is on low fuel mode, so either he set a lap, didn't improve, or did improve and I didn't notice, but he's back into the pits after setting a second lap, or at least trying to. And we still have 3 cars without a time. It's the Williams pits as well. It looks like he sped there too. He might have a penalty off of that.
Oh my lord! In Q1,
oh my,
that is shambolic.
Look at the incidents. This is a lot. Miko's been struggling on the track limits, it looks like. Speeding in the pits for the McLaren of Lyrical. Speeding in the pits for the Ferrari of Biggie. Speeding in the pits for the Red Bull of Miko. Speeding in the pits for the V-Carb of Gibby. That's going to be crucial if he does that again. As well, we have a speeding in the pits for the Williams of Jules, and yeah, that's the one I just saw, was Jules speeding in the pits. So very, very interesting. They're going to have to keep it clean through the pits, and that could be crucial during the race as well. As it looks like
I have a
Dakota's
whole argument going on in my chat. Oh my lord, everybody. I don't know. They're glazing Jesus. I don't see that pace that they're claiming.
Dakota here has aborted a second attempt at a hot lap. I wonder if he has enough fuel on board to make a second try at it without pitting again. We'll definitely.
Do you happen to know? Do you happen to know if they have it on hard or easy mode for low fuel mode?
I believe they have it on easy. Most leagues do, so I'd imagine so. But even still, looks like the Aston Martin might be on a hot lap. The McLaren of Lyrical might be starting a hot lap soon, as well as Miko looks to be on an out lap.
I can now confirm from one of the admins that yes, they do have easy fuel mode, so not as big of a penalty if you don't come out with enough fuel.
Absolutely. Looks like iRacing Noob is going for another attempt at a lap on the mediums. It's very interesting to see.
I'm not a strategist, but something ain't right.
His teammate was able to manage a 10-0 on a second lap on mediums, so the pace on the mediums is definitely there to do 2 hot laps like I was suggesting earlier on. So it'll be interesting to see what his lap time suggests. Again, not pushing very hard through that chicane. He doesn't feel the confidence either in the car, the tires there. He's on low fuel mode now, so he may be pitting or just on, like you said, a really low fuel and preying on the easy fuel, bringing him back into the pits here.
I will say, earlier this morning in that kind of casual league race, I underfueled during quali by accident by a lap and went for a second hot lap. It is more than possible to make it back from the finish line to the pits with, I think it was like 60-70% of a lap of fuel.
Wow.
It's definitely possible, and that was on a hard low fuel mode, so wow. It's definitely possible.
They could definitely do it, as Jesus is starting a flying lap now. iRacing did pit, like I suggest. Don't know really what he was doing out there, but this is Jesus' third and last running of this qualifying session. He's pretty safe with a 10.6. His teammate is a reserve driver, P12 right now with a 12.4. That will put him through to Q2, but will that stay? As Aston Martin has time to improve, the Mercedes has time to improve, and possibly the other reserve Racing Bull. Jesus pushing pretty good and well now. We'll see what kind of time he comes out with. He improves by 2 tenths. 2 tenths, okay. I don't think he moved position though. He went from P5 to P5. It looks like Deathwing though picked up a position there on that last lap. He's able to find some good time there.
Yep, and I don't want to say he wasn't hopeful for a good showing, but you know, he had a little bit of an air of humbleness to him, but hey, he is showing that he may have top speed.
So the Mercedes of Dakota is still in the pits with a minute 14.3 lap time. He is done for the session. Frankie might just squeeze out one more lap. It's going to be very, very close to the line, and he does with 1 second to spare. Absolutely timed that perfectly, and goes too wide through turn 1. No! I don't feel like he's pushing though. I'm not too certain of what this Aston Martin is doing, but that does not appear to be a good lap, but he needs improvement.
I mean, he's asking for over 4 or 5 seconds of improvement.
Absolutely. But even still, that wide into turn 1 and turn 2, not too good.
He is pushing these track limits.
Definitely, but it does not feel like the car is accepting the push.
He's down 3 seconds almost. Is it possible?
I mean, I feel like he might be able to take P15 and go through to Q2, but it's... I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to make it.
It's going to be very close.
I will say he timed his lap very well. He crossed the line with absolutely 1 second on the clock.
What will it be?
Ooh, I feel
111 it looks like.
I saw some improvement there. P12 for Frankie. Wow.
What a legend.
Wow. I can't believe he found that kind of improvement with those mistakes. So we have our pole sitter, Ardent Prentice. Oh, wait, no, that's not our pole sitter. We still have Q2 and Q3 to go through. We have our elimination, though. Who do we have eliminated? Dakota and Mesky.
Yes, let's just call him Muskie for his Discord name. I have no idea how to pronounce that.
No idea. I want to say Sprite, honestly, when I look at it. But yeah, so Mesky will be starting at the back of the grid, P17, with Dakota lining up just ahead in P16. Dakota really struggling to get a lap together there. But let's see what the drivers can make up in qualifying session number 2.
So what, we witnessed a 109.7? Is that what the hot lap was?
I feel like it was a 9.8.
9.8, okay. So, I mean, was that
was with heavy slipstreams. That was with heavy slipstreams. Through every straight. I'm not even joking. Every single straight had a slipstream there.
But I mean, if Gibby is capable of almost matching that with mediums, I can only hope, you know, that the top of the field can still improve on that. I hope that's not the fastest in Q1.
Hold on here. Mesky has sent me a PM with a voice note. I believe this is going to be how you pronounce his name. Let me listen on real quick before showing it. I'm still confused. It doesn't really help, but I'll play it for you.
You pronounce it like Sprays.
I do not... did he say Spriggs? I heard like Sprains.
It sounded like Spriggs.
I thought I said Sprains, but either way. Very interesting, as the Red Bull of Miko is out first. I was saying while you were gone, I prefer going out absolutely right away, and I told Miko this yesterday. I'm buddies with him. I told him through the qualifying sessions I like to go out absolutely first and get a calm, collected lap in, so I secure a decent enough time to get some positions. On my second lap, I like to push a little bit, find the limits, and then the third lap is pole or the wall. So I think Miko might be taking some of that advice to heart as he goes out first, ahead of everyone.
Yep, I mean, hey, today's the first day that, you know, we speak, that we talk to each other, but hey, from talking to you prior, I'm thinking that we are very alike. I feel the exact same way about
Absolutely.
my quality sessions.
And we have a McLaren followed by the other Red Bull, followed by the other McLaren. So the first 4 across the line are both Red Bulls and both McLarens as Miko's trying to get these tires warm and trying to push through the last corner.
Okay, I also got a message from Muskie. He says, I was saying it mostly correct, I think, but just add a Z. So Sprix Z.
Sprixy. Oh, kind of like how you say Spreche Deutsch. It's kind of like Spreche Deutsch.
I don't think he's German, but sure.
No, I don't think so either, but it's very interesting as we start the lap from Miko. I don't have my data up.
Oh, I don't either. Whoops.
That's kind of annoying that refreshes through qualifying sessions, but the other stuff didn't.
It does seem like everybody will be on softs for this
big
qualifying
lockup
session.
through there for Miko. Big lockup. Won't be a hardy time, but he will get it across the line, I think. Definitely not pushing 100% through here. A lot of cars out on track now. Couple in the pits. We still have the Haas's in the pits. They like to go out late, it looks like, with only 1 or 2 laps. And Miko's getting a slipstream here at the end from an Aston Martin. He doesn't tuck it in behind him as long as he should have, though, in my opinion. He should have definitely been on that until he almost gets the rear end. Ooh, kind of a late entry into the Wall Champions there. And he gets it across the line cleanly with a 11.5. That's an improvement from qualifying 1, so he will definitely be taking that. As we have a McLaren following through. There he is now.
I do want to jump in, sorry, with a quick correction to what I said earlier. It is not with an X, it is like Sprissy.
I feel like we need to move on, or 10% of the stream will be about how to say his name.
Hey, man. He's been private messaging me. It's important to him.
Ooh, 11.0 from the Mercedes and 11.4 for Jesus in the Red Bull. That's not a good time. He was in the 10s on softs, and now he's on the 11.4s. Even more so, the other McLaren does an 11.7. The only 4 with times are very close to one another, but those are times that won't be able to compete in the top 5.
I don't know.
As
Is
Gibby,
this lack of focus?
It might be. They might be a bit nervous as Gibby's finishing up a hot lap very, very clean through the last chicane. And he keeps it in with a 9.8. That is equal to the Aston Martin of last session with slipstream, and Gibby didn't. So he's definitely feeling the car now and has some more confidence on those tires. As the Aston Martin goes faster. This time without slipstreams, he manages to make it through.
The amount of glazers in my chat is ridiculous. guys, Jesus is just sandbagging to fool y'all. Trust me. Jesus the GOAT. Shawarma, you are not in this league anymore. Your opinion is invalid.
We have Jules starting a hot lap, it looks like. No, it looks like an out lap or something. Definitely, possibly on an out lap here. Nope, hot lap, my bad. Let's say hot lap, I said out lap. Definitely showed more pace than Jesus through the Q1, so we will see what he can do here today in Q2. Not pushing terribly hard through the last chicane. That might have been his out lap, and the game's just telling me bad information. Yep, it was. He is now starting out.
I may have some information as to why our front runners, the McLarens and the Red Bulls, had such slow laps. I can confirm that NASCAR boy in the McLaren went out on used softs.
Ooh. I don't know what the point of that really is here. I mean, I guess it sets a decent enough time, but he's going to have to go out on a new set if he wants to maybe not risk elimination here. His teammate's certainly at risk, and he might be as well, as Williams sets an 11.9. They might be safe here on the used softs.
Is everyone coming out on used softs? What are these times?
12.1. 9.4 from Nova. 9.4. Absolutely impressive.
Nova was waffling earlier. There's no way.
I mean, he did one time on the mediums. That was it.
This Jesus guy.
I see that as well. Jesus is now in our PMs, our private channel for commentators only, telling us to stop glazing. Let's get Jesus out of our private channel here. Let's get a ban on him as the Deathwing Mercedes goes 11.92 ahead of both Williams, but behind the top runners. Gibby here definitely showing some decent pace, but like he said, he doesn't feel confident for a win here. Just gonna send out a quick reminder to the drivers that we would like to talk to the pole sitter.
We're seeing a little bit of a disparity still through this qualifying. That last quali, you know, it was maybe a smooth transition between the fastest and the slowest, but here there's kind of like a solo group in the top 3 so far.
Absolutely.
And it does seem like most drivers will be coming into pit for this kind of lull in qualifying. But we do have what looks to be a McLaren coming out almost as soon as most everybody is coming in, and it is RX Lyrical. Maybe just trying to take advantage of this little lull to have a completely empty track.
The other Haas is starting their hot lap right now. They just started it. So we'll see what kind of time he can pace up. I believe that he could be looking at a P4 start possibly. And now I have Shawarma PMing me, saying that Jesus is going to be on pole, so to get ready. Well, I'll believe it when he walks on water.
Oh, Shawarma left the league to have more time during the race to glaze Jesus. That is fact. That is true.
Iverson here keeping it very tidy through the turn. Sets up purple sector 2. Is he going to go quicker than his teammate possibly? Jesus behind on the hot lap with a McLaren ahead of him, giving a slipstream into the hairpin. Definitely going to be helping out his lap, but not good enough for a provisional pole, I believe. As the Haas crosses the line, 10-4, a full second off of his teammate's pace. I predicted that he could have a P4 here, and he does, but for a purple middle sector, that's not a very good time. I feel like he might be running higher down for a setup compared to his teammate. As Jesus crosses the line with a 9.928. Pretty good time, but not good enough to squeeze through the top 3 there. Definitely a tidy lap, though. He's definitely going to be safe for this qualifying session, but does he want to go out a 3rd time to show some more pace?
We do have Ardent Prentice, the fastest Aston Martin, finishing up his outlap and getting ready to round the hairpin and start his flying lap, possibly the last one of this session.
Well, we still have both Ferraris that have not set a time. It's very interesting that the Aston Martin's actually going to go again. You'd think he'd want to be saving a set of tires there. He's going to be absolutely safe to make it through to Q1. So burning a set of tires here is not really the smartest thing to do.
Especially with Q3, that is when people, you know, really push. That's when you expect to see the fastest laps. I mean, you want to save as many as you can for that.
Watching the Williams finish up a hot lap now. He's held it pretty good, has some mini slipstreams going on. Keeps it tidy through the last chicane. He's really been pushing the track limits, but that's going to help him out here. See what kind of time he sets. It's a 11.0. Very good time from the Williams. Currently P6. Right ahead of both McLarens and one Red Bull. Let's see what
the Aston Martin is the Aston Martin's a little over a 10th under his fastest lap right now.
Look at the track; it's all red for me.
It is unfortunate. Maybe that's where that 1/10 came from. He is. Maybe he's already used up his tires. Maybe he's just
our
calling
games are
it
just
quits.
not liking the update. Maybe it isn't.
I don't
Either
know.
way, he's going to hold it through. This is definitely a bad circumstance for him, burning his tires with an invalidated lap when he didn't need to. Unless it's just bad for us. Keeps it very tidy through the last turns as he does a 9-0. It was indeed an invalidated lap and as fast as 7/10 quicker. That would have been an insane lap to have. A 1:09.0. That's faster than we've seen so far.
I'm impressed. I am genuinely impressed. I did.
I can't
It
say
had
I've
to
seen
have
one
been
that quick.
pixels.
Absolutely. So now, speeding in the pit lane for the V-Carb of Savage, speeding in the pit lane for the Red Bull of Miko again, speeding in the pit lane for the McLaren of Lyrical, speeding in the pit lane for Jules, cross pit lane exit white line for the V-Carb of Savage, and that's all for the penalties so far. All warnings, no actual penalties as of yet, but if they keep it up, it's going to be bad, as the McLaren and Red Bull have DNF'd. What happened there?
I think they were in the pits, so they may just
Being done on their session, saving tires, hoping for best.
Yep, they're confident that they'll make it through.
Which is actually really interesting because they're 2,000s within each other. That's pretty crazy to see.
That, and we see Frankie Franchicha in the Aston Martin on his flying lap currently.
Deathwing still has room to improve. You can't count him out. He can probably get through. And the Ferrari still has not set time. That's pushing some track limits there, Frankie. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold that, and he doesn't. It is invalidated.
R.I.P.
Definitely. That's going to be rough for him now. Miko just informed me that he spun on the last corner. That's pretty unfortunate. I did think I heard some collision at one point and disregarded it. But that's pretty unfortunate to hear. We'll see if that will put him through, as Frankie's lap is invalidated, so he won't have another attempt, but Deathwing will, as will the Ferrari, as will Savage, as will Jules, all on out laps.
Yeah, this Ferrari is very unlikely to improve on even 14th time.
Deathwing can definitely improve. We saw pace from him in Q1, and he can definitely improve here in Q2. I predict that this lap might be around a P6 or 7 time from Deathwing. We shall see. It could
We
be.
have, I think, Biggie Bez in the Ferrari. Now on his third lap, so second hot lap on these softs.
Deathwing really pushing it through the last corner here. As he does go P6. 10-5, a tenth behind iRacing Noob. That will be an interesting battle along with the McLaren and Red Bull, as Red Bull is officially eliminated from Q2. As is Lear. No,
We'll have.
not.
No, yeah, he's the one that retired.
I thought it was P10.
Biggie Bez is coming into the last chicane for his lap.
No one else is
He
interested?
could.
Jesus is on the hot lap. Why is he out again? Why are these guys burning so many tires? As he
Biggie
does
Bez
at
has
9-7.
made it. Biggie Bez has made
he
it.
made it. He pushed the McLaren out.
Last
Oh
second.
my goodness.
He has made it.
Why has Jesus gone and burned another set of tires for an inadequate P2?
Pure ego at this point has to be.
Absolutely.
He's
got to keep the Glazers
chasing
fed.
that time trial time.
Keep the Glazers fed. So that
He
makes
wants
it
to have his
very
cake,
interesting
and
for
he did.
Gibby now. So I think Gibby only did one lap, correct?
Yes, from what I can see, yes, he did only.
So
do
he
the
might
one
be
lap.
holding back some pace there to get into the top 3, but that will definitely be an interesting fight at the top 3 during the race and during the last qualifying session here. Nico said that he was trying My Canadian setup and it absolutely sucked. And he says that Jesus has 2 sets of songs. Remember, he's his reserve teammate for the race, so he is in communication with you. And his last lap was on used. He did that 19.7 or 0.97 on used softs. That's kind of impressive. Are we going to see some pace from him in Q3 here?
The Glazers may be onto something. They may be onto something.
I would say he could get pulled with a slipstream, but his teammate's out of Q3. This is going to be a very interesting Q3 now. I'm excited. I'm glad I'm not stressing about it in the race itself.
I wish I could be this fast. I mean, hey. Some of these times are very, very impressive.
Very nice times, and they're hopefully saving the rest for the race. As Miko tells me to trust him, there's a race recovery coming, the flood's coming. So let's take a look at our eliminated. We have Lyrical P11 in the McLaren, Miko behind 2 thousandths off of Lyrical's time in the Red Bull Reserve, Frankie in the Aston as his teammate is P3, and Frankie's P13, Jules in the Williams is P14, and Bro Savage is P15 with his teammate up front. I'm noticing a lot of teams having one member up front and one out back. Is that reserves, or is that just pure luck?
I don't know. I will say, I think from that last race at Bahrain that I did commentate, I may be remembering wrong. You know, my memory is a little touch and go, but I think that is just something that is a little natural to this league. I don't know how they pick their teammates, but it does seem like a mix. You know, it could be reserve drivers, but it's also just kind of a pattern in this league.
Absolutely. Don't forget to turn your telemetry back on, as it only saves half of it. As we have someone joining the VC. Who do we have here?
Jesus Cole, bro.
We have a
Get him out of here.
Blazer here.
Get him out of here. Get him out of our booth. He is not allowed in here.
I believe that Jesus set up our commentators box wrong for us, so let me go ahead and... Nope, never mind. I cannot change that. I thought I could change the permissions of who could join it, but I am definitely wrong there.
Jesus will win it all.
Okay, so we're definitely gonna have to get that
We
fixed,
need better
I think.
security.
Let me see what I can get from admin to fix that. Otherwise, we're gonna have trollers doing that the entire time.
Oh, once one does it, they all come flooding.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do see Spark Ashira. He is the plug. He is my money man. I will out him. I will out him. He was the one that straight up offered me money. Miko, get out of here. He is the one who offered me money for the other league he runs. Thank you very much. You pay my lunch on Tuesdays. Thank you very much.
That's a $5 meal for McDonald's right there.
Actually, it is a 15. We are bougie.
Oh boy. I don't know who you scammed to get that, but Miko has said that he's put 50 euros on Jesus. I don't know what he's doing betting Greek sandwiches on Jesus, but we'll see what that comes out to. As
we do have
Williams is on a hot lap almost.
What was the other McLaren driver's name? Was it Lyrical?
Lyrical is 2 thousandths quicker than the reserve driver Miko, ahead of him in P10 and 11.
Well, he has hopped into my chat spamming, numbers and then 6-7. So.
And it looks like the Williams has immediately aborted their lap. Their first lap is invalidated as the Aston Martin guy's flying by. We'll see what kind of time he sets here as he goes purple sector 1, obviously. Keeping it nice and tidy out of the turn. And as best of an exit as he can, pushing the battery to its limits. Getting a lot of... Ooh, he put that through 5th. He kept that car in 5th gear through that corner. That's quite impressive. Really going to see the driver's pace now as everyone is on an outdoor hot lap except for Gibby, who is still in the pits.
We do have iRacing Noob on his hot lap. The Haas, not front runners, but second place in the constructors. They both seem to have top end pace, so I mean, make good on it in this quali session to set up your race.
1:09.2 for the first lap for the Aston. This is... Are we going to see some 1 minute 8 laps?
I sure hope so.
That was the first lap of the Aston session, and he does a 9-2 as NASCAR goes 10-6, an improvement from last session. Toxin with an 11-3 going into Q3, both Ferraris and both Haas's. Gibby still has yet to leave the pits, as I think Nova went into the pits there. Did Nova invalidate a lap there?
We see a 110.7, almost 8 from iRacing Noob. The Haas have the pace.
But Nova, I believe, invalidated a lap. Both were out there, and now he's back in on the pits.
He very well may have.
Definitely going to see some fighting in multiple tiers throughout the race here, for sure.
I do believe Deathwing is on his hot lap.
I believe Jesus is too, as well as Spark.
I mean, the last remaining Mercedes, he will be hoping to kind of carry, in a way, his team through the race.
It looks like Jesus is on an invalidated lap, so either he's warming up the tires or he's doing something funky. As the one Ferrari does a 10-2. We haven't seen this kind of pace from the Ferrari all session long.
Nope, he barely snuck in last quali, in quali 2. Last second, barely snuck in. Now, P2. We see Deathwing coming across the finish line.
He had invalidated his lap. Deathwing does an 11-0. That's not the pace that he's going to want to see tonight. As we see Spark do a 10-7. There's going to be a really competitive midfield here this race.
There will be, and we do have Nova almost on his hot lap.
Let's tune into him. This could be the lap of the night right here. He has a very open track ahead of him. It might be a little bit colder, but he might be wanting this to be a more open lap. He's got absolutely no slipstream. Giving it absolutely perfect through turns 1 and a little. Oh no!
That is not it.
Oh no! But he's still pushing though. He's still confident in the lap being good enough. Oh, is that some track limits? It's not. He keeps it clean. Definitely the smart decision to hold the lap, even though he had all that loss of traction out of turn 2. As he sets a purple sector 1.
There's
How
no
did he
way.
set a purple
With
sector
a slip.
1 with that turn 2 exit?
He knows something that we do not.
Definitely the smart move to keep it going, as he will need at least 1 lap set, so definitely not the wrong move to keep it going.
Looks like he very well kept a lot of speed in that tight hairpin. That is very crucial.
Absolutely. That's where I lose all my speed in time trial.
We are one and the same, brother.
He's going through the final chicane. Ooh, pretty close to the wall champions. A lot of understeer moving there. And he sets a 9-6 with all that loss of traction. Everyone else that's below P2, take notes, lose traction out of turn 2. As iRacing is on an outlap and Toxin is on an outlap, the rest are in the pits. The Ferrari has parked himself right behind this Haas. He is wanting the slipstream. He thinks that the Haas has more pace and wants the slipstream, I think.
But has he hung back too far?
He might have, yeah. He's not. If that Haas has more pace, he's gonna be too far back now. He might not have been wanting the slipstream. Which, honestly, that Ferrari kind of needs a slipstream to catch up to his teammate. He's not showing the pace that he needs to.
You never know what's going on in these drivers' heads.
Mercedes is coming out for an outlap right as iRacing is going through. See how this goes. Keeps it pretty tidy through there. One thing that I'm noticing, both Haas drivers leave the car through in 3rd gear through turn 2. Me personally, I drop it down into 2nd gear and get a lot more speed out of it.
Yep, I do as well. It is squirrely, so maybe not so much in the race as tires start to degrade. But I follow suit. I do that second gear. I don't know.
And he's not choosing the slipstream off the Mercedes through there. Interesting lap from the Haas's. Keeps it nice and tidy through the chicane, pushing the track limits, kept it clean. Drivers are going to have to start coming out for a last outlap any second now. iRacing might not be able to squeeze out a last outlap, actually.
He does seem to be somewhat rapid through this sector.
He just backed off his throttle there for some reason. He supported. He's listening to me or something because he did not want to finish that lap. He wanted to take a lap out at the end of the session, I think.
Honestly,
is he
could be a very
there?
smart move. He could be.
Someone's telling him something as his Ferrari is doing. Oh, he's landing the Mercedes too. Nicely done, nicely done. Let's check the incident report real quick. Not much going on other than the Nova of Haas speeding in the pit lane. It's the first time any Haas has sped in the pit lane all qualifying session. He's going to have to watch out for that during the race.
Oh, we have the Ferrari, who had just started, has already invalidated his lap.
This is a in-lap.
Oh, it is an in-lap, okay.
He
well,
got
someone's letting him through
when
anyways.
He let the Mercedes through in turn 1 and 2. So I think that's going to be P8 for Toxin. Actually, no, it's going to be P10. Gibby and Jesus have not set a lap all session long. They're banking on a one-lap wonder, even though Jesus was out earlier on an invalidated lap, I think. Or did he not go out? No, Jesus went out. As Gibby comes out of the pits now. Or Gibby. Did I say Jesus? You have some Jesus.
Yes, I have Shawarma attempting to bribe me. He has PM'd me, and I quote, "I will give you my current pocket change and 2 used Big Macs to glaze Jesus on stream."
I don't know about
what
you,
do
but
you
I
mean
take that
a
deal.
used
That's
Big
a
Mac?
damn good deal. That's a damn good deal right there. You take that deal. I take that
What
deal.
is
Would
a
you take
used
that deal?
Big Mac? No. What am I gonna do with a used Big Mac? What? Has he taken a bite out of it? Has he slobbered on it? I don't want a used Big Mac. I want pristine. I want nothing else but straight out of the box.
Alright, we have all drivers on an out or hot lap now, other than Toxin, who timed his lap a little bit too incorrectly there, and is probably going to end up P10 because of it by quite some margin. Fortunate for the Ferrari. As Gibby is starting his hot lap, I think he's the first of them. I actually think he might be ahead of him on a hot lap there. Giving it very good through turns 1, and he drops it in his second gear. Very interesting mix-up of driving styles at the front row for sure. Keeping it very clean through the turns. He's
Gibby with a 19.3 sector 1.
Currently fastest through it.
Purple sector.
I think he might catch the Ferrari on the back straight for a slipstream possibly, at least of some little effect.
Perhaps. Any little bit does help. Purple sector 2. He has big balls. I repeat, he has massive cojones.
Boy, that's a late break with a wide exit. I don't know how well that's going to help him. You got to carry speed through that to get a purple sector 3. He's not getting a slipstream effect from the Ferrari, unfortunately. But this is his one-lap wonder. Is he the Wunderkid? Not pushing terribly hard on the exit there, honestly. And he does a 9.28. Or no, 9.3. I'm looking at the wrong driver here. That's P2 for Gibby. He wasn't hopeful for a P1, but that's still a very good time as Nova is out? Out lap or hot lap is Nova?
I have no idea. But we have Jesus about to start finish his hot lap.
Behind Nova with the slipstream. As Nova goes into the pits. And Jesus crosses through. Mega slipstream from Nova. Oh my days.
I should have taken the deal. I should have taken that deal.
No, because iRacing Renew is still on the lap here. We have hopes. Nope. Hopes
The
are gone.
Glazers have won.
Oh my goodness.
What has the world come to? What has the world
There
come
was
to
a
that Glazers are winning?
109.0 in Q2, but in Q3 we are only seeing a 109.2 up front. the top three very, very close together. And who was it top of Q2? Was it Gibby? No, it was Nova. Nova just not getting a lap together at the end. He had to pit in. Let's see if we can get Jesus in here for a word before race start.
This may actually be better for Nova, considering that in the past he has started in the front row and he's been shunted every single time. So maybe this will be a little better for Nova as far as turn 1 goes.
So let's break down the grid. We have Jesus P1, Ardent Apprentice P2, Gibby P3, Nova P4, iRacing behind him, his teammate P5, NASCAR P6, Biggie P7, Deathwing P8, Spark P9, DNFing at the end, and Toxin P10. Very, very interesting mix up there. And we have Jesus on the line. Get ready for some glazing, guys. Jesus,
oh, Lord.
What can you say to the Glazers there? What can you say to the Glazers and the non-believers?
I didn't think it would happen.
Absolutely. Nova aborting his lap in the end and validating it and pitting in. Are you thankful?
Yeah.
How hopeful are you of holding this through turn 1 though? You top 3 are within a tenth of one another.
I mean,
and
we'll
Nova
see.
is off scene. You'll see. Is that what you said?
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Do you feel the confidence in your car and strategy? Are the tires going to hold there?
Q1 I didn't. I did not feel the car at all.
Oh, that's not good to hear. I will say though that was mighty
Yeah, but we
impressive.
found pace.
That was mighty impressive in Q2, going out on a used set of softs and setting a personal best through Q2. Mighty impressive of you. Definitely approaching the Glazers with some fandom to cream over.
Very much so.
Are you hoping for a podium, a win, points finish? Where do you see
P1 or
yourself ending up?
P2?
P1 or
Just
P2?
in front of Gibby's.
Okay. So you're worried about, you think your biggest opponent here is going to be Gibby's then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting here. Gibby's actually went on record and said that he is not confident in winning tonight, and he's putting his money on Nova, who's starting P4. Do you think Nova's going to be a threat still?
I mean, I don't know at all. We have to see track limits, how everyone takes care of it. We'll see.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jesus, for the words of wisdom, and we wish you a good race, and hopeful through turn 1 that you keep it on track from no one else taking you out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck out there.
Thank you.
So that's definitely going to be interesting to see. Nova P4, was not expecting that.
I don't know what to expect anymore.
Absolutely.
I mean, with changes in reserve drivers coming up, people leaving, just those changes, anything can happen. I mean, it's a revolving door with so many different changes. I mean, you don't know what to expect week to week.
Absolutely, and like we've been saying all weekend so far, the tire strategy is going to be key. Safety cars are going to be key. You have no idea what's going to happen throughout the race. Miko is denying interview over the spin in qualifying, by the way. I just want that on record. He said he's too embarrassed to even talk about it. As we get the green light to start the race, let's go ahead and see how the drivers are going to be lining up. Do they have formation lap on? They do indeed. Okay, do you want to break down the field or do you want me to?
You can go ahead. I'm away. I was filling up my cup with some Arizona sweet tea.
Okay. So, 2 seconds. So we have P1 Jesus with a mighty lap showing dominance throughout qualifying unexpectedly. Behind him is Ardent Apprentice with mighty good times throughout the qualifying sessions. And behind him, the not so confident Gibby. And I might note, it's looking pretty overcast out there. It might be a chance of rain. Nova, the car to win is P4 on some possible strategies there up for you guys. His teammate P5, very, very good position for Haas in the championship starting P4 and P5. And I'm actually seeing some drizzles out on track. Are you seeing this as well?
Yeah, this just throws a whole nother wrench into everybody's strategies.
Freaking
I would be shivering in my boots.
yes. And NASCAR boy behind iRacing Noob is starting P6 with Biggie with a good lap behind him in P7. Deathwing couldn't really get together, starting P8 on the hard tires. So far we've seen a lot of mediums. I think the mediums or soft is the way to go with how this rain might be looking. If you're on the mediums or softs, you're probably on a safe bet there. Spark P9 in the Williams, Toxin couldn't get a lap together in P10 and the other Ferrari. And the two cars that were 2000s together, Lyrical McLaren and the Red Bull of Miko right behind. Miko opting for the hards as well. Don't know if that's going to play out for him. The other Aston Martin P13 of Frankie Francica. He's on the mediums as well. The other Williams is Jules on the hard tire. Bro Savage in P15 also on the hard tire. Dakota could not get a lap together for Mercedes, also on the hard tire. And interesting enough, Mesky told us that he was going to start on the softs and has now opted for the hards. As we see, NASCAR boy and Gibby have disqualified. Are we doing a restart? Everyone's disqualifying. I'm assuming that we're restarting. I have not checked the Discord, but I'm assuming that there is a restart incoming.
Huh. This is
Wait,
interesting.
are they all back in now?
I think they are.
We're going.
What is going on?
5 red lights, and it's out as Jesus gets a good start off the line with Apprentice falling back, trifling as Nova. Oh wait, who is that? That's Nova. We're getting clean through turn 1 so far. Everyone's actually getting really clean. 3 wide back in the front, back to the field with the McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari. A lot going on back there as Jesus is starting to pull away from the Aston Martin, what he really needed there. Those hard tires are just not firing up like we predicted, especially with this rain. Gibby holding up P3, Nova down to P6. This is exactly what Jesus and Gibby were hoping for, that he'd fail out of turn 1. As the McLaren falls behind, he's down to P10, P11 now. I'm trying to catch up with him, but he's losing positions too quickly. The hard tire is just not holding up here. Ooh, as the Mercedes nearly taps the back of Miko and the Red Bull. This is just absolutely insane. The hard tires are not what you need here right now.
But it may just come down to a difference of timing with the rain. It may not be the answer now, but it might be the answer later.
Absolutely. You could be correct in saying that the rain comes later and the main mediums have to pit and then have to pit a second time. Absolutely right in saying that. Jesus is pulling away at a good amount so far. Gibby is close behind within DRS of the Aston Martin while he's on the mediums, hunting him down. And as Mesky makes up 5-6 positions. I don't know what Mesky just did, but he just made up 6 positions. He is touching on points right now on the hard tire.
He is loving the wheel. I just know he's grinning from ear to ear. Oh my god.
As Miko as well is in the points, made up 3 positions. Very good start for him. Both Williams are having a miserable weekend. One is down 7 positions. The other is coming out of the pits now. Definitely a rough one for them. Deathwing on the back of Mesky now with DRS, both on the same tire compound. They're about to go side by side here. Ooh, they tap the wall. Mesky forces wide.
Doesn't seem to be any damage though.
Ooh, oh, but the Mercedes spins it.
I spoke too soon.
That
soon.
Is not. He just lost the traction there. That wasn't as bad as it could have been for Mesky as he locks up going into the hairpin. Not what Mesky's wanting. He's gonna have a good run through it though. He's really struggling now. I believe that car might have some damage. As we go into the other view, we do see that Mesky has some front right wing damage. Check out the Mercedes now as well, as we see some front left wing damage. Both cars going to have to pit here as they both opt to not pit. Very, very interesting choice as Miko picks up the first time penalty of the session and runs very, very wide through turn 2. He's going to lose out a couple of places, but he's holding on to points.
We did have the Aston Martin, Ardent Prentice set the fastest lap with hards. He has caught back up to Jesus and is within DRS range.
Absolutely, as Lyrical picks up the second penalty of the session with track limits as the opposing Racing Bull is in the pits now. Possibly picked up some damage. A lot going on in the backfield here now. Ardent Prentice really gaining on that that Red Bull now. Might see something going into turn 1. So right now the biggest gains.
DRS.
Yes,
Sorry, you can continue.
The biggest gains so far of the race. Lyrical up 4 position and Messi also up 4 positions. Lyrical's in the points as of now, but has a 3-second time penalty as Messi has kept it clean. That Assen's closing. Trying to find the grip on a semi-damp track there as Miko.
I do see rain. I see rain falling.
I see it as well. We can't see the predicted weather, unfortunately, but the drivers can, and they've all opted for a dry running, it looks like. Gibby hanging on to the back of the podium with P3. Nova's still struggling in P6, not able to catch up to that Ferrari.
I mean, you know, we were talking about hards maybe being the answer with incoming rain, but
as Messi does make a pit, the damage was too much for him to bear. He pits for a new front wing and brings him back down to P16. The Racing Bull of Brobo Savage is on intermediates.
That is very early for this rain.
But being the teammate to Gibby.
No.
Oh no, who spun? Mesky spun, no! Is that safety car?
No.
It's Mesky.
It is safety car. No.
Is it really safety car? I haven't seen the message yet. It just said, oh wait, yeah, no,
I saw the banners.
Okay, so track is yellow. Miko, 10-second penalty for colliding with the Lyrical, not what they're wanting to see. That's 13 seconds.
That is brutal.
But do drivers go in? Lyrical's looking to make a stop. Does he have damage though, and that is why he is pitting. Going very slow on the pit exit. Might be very mad at Miko as Miko picks up another 10 seconds. NASCAR boy pitting for the intermediates. How many drivers are we going to see on intermediate tires? As the Aston Martin spins. Aston Martin behind Frankie has spun into the wall on safety car. Very, very unfortunate. He's broken the wing, but he's managed to keep it in the race, just trying to avoid more collisions. Very unfortunate for him, spinning under safety car conditions. Jesus and Prentice have both opted to stay out. It looks like a lot of the top runners are staying out while Miko pits for intermediates after picking up so many time penalties. Unfortunate for him. He said to me that he is not coping with the car very well. Deathwing pits for new dries. Lyrical pits for new dries. This is exactly what we were talking about. Where does the strategy go?
I don't know. I mean, is the rain just going to be very light sprinkling? We have no way of knowing, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
But it maybe.
I said before that it looked like it was pretty dark out, and it's looking like it is. And I just no, we did talk to Shawarma, did we not?
No, he is not part of the league anymore, so no.
No, I meant to PM him before the race started, and then it started.
Oh, I don't think we talked to him. He has jumped into our booth a couple of times.
I'm
and
going to
I
ask him to come in for a quick word, as well as Miko.
Hey, we can invite him in now, yes.
I'm telling Miko to join the driver interview. Shawarma, we were looking to interview with you before, but we found out that you left the league. Real quick answer as to why you left real quick?
I didn't. I mean, like, you mean like when I left like a week ago?
I guess you left a week ago.
Oh yeah. I just after Bahrain, it was a horrible race for me. Like I just got pissed. I was tired of the dirty driving. That was repetitive.
Yeah,
so I just decided.
We wanted to question you because you have, of 3 races, 3 fastest laps. So we just wanted to question you about that. So glad that we were able to clear that up. Have you been tuning into the stream and seeing what's going on?
Yeah, I have.
Brobo Savage picks up a 3-second penalty under safety car due to track limits.
Shambolic is what I would say.
Absolutely. Miko, quick word. DNF, unfortunate. Were you just pushing too hard on the softs and the track was too wet?
I didn't DNF. I'm still in.
No, that was
who joined? I didn't see who just joined the VC.
Miko did.
Yeah, I joined.
Miko, what's up, man?
Because you asked me to.
What?
What's up?
I PM'd the wrong person. Whoopsie. Quick word though. 10-second collision with Lyrical. What happened there?
I mean, he just broke really sharply on the pit lane, and then I can't really move out of the way, so I go in the back of him and I get a penalty. But I think I served the 10 I served some sort of penalty.
Yes, then you got a 10-second speeding through the pit lane, which we saw you do twice through qualifying. Unfortunate. Like
yeah, the button on my wheel is broken, so I've been using automatic recently until I can get it fixed. I didn't realize that got restricted, so
that's a big league restriction. Yep, that's unfortunate. Good hearing it from you on that one. Are you still positive? How do the intermediates feel? Do you feel the driver should be changing, or is dry still?
I think I changed too early, but I already said once I got the penalty, I'm just gonna test out the tire for
Jesus,
my teammate.
Yep. You have your teammate
see how it feels.
So you're gonna be a big test for him. So
yeah,
we'll let you get back to that.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Talk to you later. So Shawarma, big ifs with the 3 fastest laps, but no wins. Are you going to keep racing on the league?
Well, as I said, I left and I came back.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna obviously be reserve. I think I'll probably make most of the races. Definitely not as consistent as my last run, but I'll definitely make at least like half the races.
Absolutely.
And I would have made the race today, but unfortunately my wheel broke 2 days ago. And the new one's coming the upcoming Saturday, so I should be able to have a brand new wheelbase for my home race, which will be Texas next week.
Nicely done. All right, we're having safety car in this lap, so we're going to have to let you go, but we appreciate the quick words. I'm going to move Miko in here real quick, but thank you for that, Shawarma.
Yep.
I look forward to seeing you throughout the league. Okay, 2 seconds, Mesquez. We're having a safety car restart, and then we'll get to you, though. So don't you worry, but you can tune in with us through the safety car restart as Jesus is slowing down the pack. Did you feel that it was too wet out there for the dries on the softs?
You know, that wasn't my strategy. I felt like it was more of I don't know. I think it was my engineers, my race strategy. I don't know what was the move there.
Ooh, the Haas making good move. Oh, the Haas is spun. The Haas is spun around. He's dropping back. That is not good for the Haas Constructors Championship chance. 100%. He's down to P6 now behind his teammate. That is unfortunate for him. Definitely looking a lot more wet out there, wouldn't you say, Fridge?
It definitely is. We're seeing a lot of slippage.
Messi, quick word on the weather report. What did it look like on the driver's side? We do not see a weather report, so what did it look like for you guys picking which tire to go on?
Yes, so totally. For the driver's side, it was definitely it's definitely getting more wet on the track, as you can see with it. The rain starting to come, like not in a heavier, but like more, more rain starting to come down. It's definitely getting more sleeker to drive on, but I think right now being on mediums or hard is the best choice right now. I don't think we're at that point where we should be on intermediate because it's not that wet out on the track, but it's definitely picking up.
Switch around positions, swapping the intermediate runner around with the dry runner out front. They're thinking that the dries are the best choice for right now, but they're just going to have some good team insight as to when to pit. As Nova picks up a 3-second penalty, this is not good for Haas. Very, very bad. As the Haas now switch around as well. Nope, they are fighting on track. This is not looking good for Haas. Looking good for Gibby and Jesus, who is still holding on to P1 on these slicks. Thank you, Messi, for that insight, man. Unfortunate that you weren't able to make up. Real quick, how did you gain 6 positions coming down the back straight? We saw that, but now what happened?
Yeah, so totally. I knew you guys were going to ask me about that. So, yes, the 6th position, it was really amazing for me. Starting out last week, you're picking up 6. I think it was more because I wasn't fully going out on when the lights went out. I was more slowing it down, knowing that there was going to be a lot of colliding and bumps and front wing damage in turn 1. So I was taking it slow. Then once people started bumping each other, I really took it up a pace and turned on and activated ERS to get all the overtakes and things like that.
So you
but
just
played
it safe and smooth and found some positions there.
Yeah, definitely. And then as you guys probably saw, definitely was trying to get the position back after I overtook him on the straight.
Yep.
And obviously, due to the rain or I don't know what happened, hit the grass or anything, he spun out. And I don't even know if he spun out or not. I didn't really see, but he kind of lost traction and hit me. And it caused me some front wing damage on my, I believe, right wing. So at that point, I knew I tried to stay out the best I could, but the understeer really hit me on those corners.
Yep.
And I knew I had to pit. Yeah, especially in the rain, the understeer really hit me. And and once I knew that once he hit me, I knew the race was kind of over. People were going to really start to go ahead, like pick up more time, go ahead of me. But actually, I was actually pretty close to everybody, and I came out on the pits, and then I on the softs, I don't know what happened there,
Yeah, no,
miscoordination, but on the
with the
softs.
sauce, it's too much rain and pushing a little bit hard.
Yeah, on the softs, I came out and I just didn't. Even, I was too slow and I couldn't even brake. And I
Absolutely.
just slammed into the wall. And I feel like all because of the front wing damage, my whole race was just
Yeah,
chalked
we
from
saw that
there. I
happen.
knew it was
That
over.
was unfortunate. Thank you for that insight. We're
Yeah.
gonna let you go here as Gibby has pit for the inters. He has insight from his teammate and has pit from the inters. Thank you for that, Mesky. Hopefully better luck next race. Definitely had some good moves there. Good strategy.
Yes, definitely. Will you guys be coming to the next race too?
Absolutely.
Should be.
All right, thank you guys. See you guys then.
See ya.
Yep.
Gibby is looking to make a move on the Mercedes as Jesus as well pits for the intermediates. Gibby might have a good undercut on him. He was losing a lot of time when he went to pit. As Prentice stays out, he got ahead of Jesus and has chosen to stay out as Gibby gets ahead of Dakota, who I think might be in AI mode or something.
We have Deathwing, who has made up a lot of positions as well. Even on dries in these wet conditions, he's now in third.
Absolutely. And as we saw from Miko, he was saying that he was going to be giving his teammate Jesus, who just hit the wall, insight on how the intermediates felt. As Miko is looking to make up some positions now on the intermediate tires with his teammate far behind after just making contact with the wall. Does that Red Bull have damage now? I am seeing damage on the Red Bull. He has lost the front right of his end plate. The Glazers are cooked. I repeat, the Glazers are cooked. It's a false prophet.
False prophet.
But here's something interesting. The McLarens have switched back around. The intermediate runner is now up front, but the dry runner is still staying behind them pretty good and well. They might be able to make up some good places here. We might be seeing some pits as well as the Aston and Haas both choose to go through.
We have Biggie Bez in the Ferrari on fresh, hard tires.
Ooh, the intermediate McLaren
What is
just
the thinking?
smacked the wall. This might
This
be
rain-
looking
I
like
mean-
a good hard start. McLaren swapped
Yes,
around again.
yes.
I think the hards might have been the right call. Like you were saying, you stay out longer until the rain really starts coming down. Looks like that might have been the call here. Haas picking back up some positions, currently running provisional P2 for Nova with a time penalty, and his teammate P4 without one. 11 laps on the mediums, those are going to start to ache, especially in these conditions.
Yep. Hards might have been the call, but really critical to making them work is maintaining grip even in the wet conditions, and we've seen a lot of people struggle to do that even on intermediates.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you said, Biggie out on new hards. I'm not quite sure what the plan is on that one. As there's a new caution being thrown, it looks like a Racing Bull. Yep, a Racing Bull has gone off. He's keeping it moving though, which is good. Probably won't be another safety car.
So far, the only people or the only group that is bunched together is between 5th, 6th, and kind of 7th.
That Racing Bull is really struggling without its front wing now. He's probably going to have to make another stop here. Biggie not backing down on the hard tires, still keeping up pace compared to Gibby. Biggie is pacing Gibby. It's so hard to tell what the right tire is here. Yeah, Mikio locking up the front's pretty good, struggling in the wet conditions. The front runners from P1 to P5 have not pit for intermediates. None of the top 5 are on intermediates. Is NASCAR boy in a really good position here?
It's hard to tell because, I mean, he's kind of closing in on, hanging back on his teammate Lyrical. I don't know if they're doing some kind of teammate strategy here because Lyrical has been catching up to iRacing Noob.
There is quite the DRS train on Deathwing as Lyrical makes it through iRacing Noob temporarily. So they go into the hairpin. The intermediates are going to have the better braking power and traction as the McLaren goes wide, sticking it clean, but the mediums just lose way too much traction. I think they pit now. If they're turning in, I think you pit now. It's now or never, unless they expect the track to dry. which I'm not really seeing as Jules lose out a position to Gibby. And Biggie has kind of caught up to the teams there. As iRacing Noob throws it around. He spun out. I don't know if he hit the wall or what, but him and
the only one to pit is Deathwing. He was in third. He has decided to pit and switch onto the intermediates. A little bit of an undercut, potentially.
Jesus up to P6 now. Frank another 30-second warning. Jesus makes it through Toxin to P5. I think Jesus is on a really good wet undercut here. But do his intermediate tires burn out a little bit now as the McLaren of NASCAR Boy has some free space ahead of him?
They seem to be fighting each other. I don't understand.
They just gave back position there. I think that was a giving up position as there isn't a car ahead, as DRS is still enabled. I think the front two are waiting for, as NASCAR gets another time penalty. Jeez. I think the front two are waiting for the hards to die out and either see if it goes dry or if they can make it on a one-stop on inters, as that McLaren is really deep.
Yeah, I mean, they have a pretty significant gap between each other and then between the rest of the field, so
now
they have all the
Lyrical's
power
gonna
right
be
now.
holding up Jesus. This is crucial for NASCAR Boy.
Now we're seeing some very good teamwork.
But does the other McLaren go in? He does not. He's going to be holding up Jesus here very strongly, nearly closing the door on him. As Biggie gets a time penalty. And behind, Gibby is going through Jesus. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. And we get both drivers there keeping it clean through those sets of turns as Gibby's going to edge out ahead and possibly get through the McLaren. The McLaren opened the door for him. Absolutely stunning work from Gibby there. Absolutely stunning. And Jesus just put the McLaren in the wall on accident. He hit him from behind and put him in the wall. That McLaren now has front wing damage. That's surely going to be a penalty for Jesus after the race. Gibby now catching the only front-running intermediate car, NASCAR Boy, on twice as old intermediate tires. Less pace, older tires, I think Gibby has them.
I mean, he is licking his chops. I know he is. Heading into a double DRS straight, it's just for the picking.
So interesting factoid, iRacing Noob has pit for new intermediates, Jules has pit for new mediums, Miko has pit for new mediums, and Brobo Savage has pit for new hards. I think Miko is going to be feeling out the dry tires for his teammate, who's currently running P5 with a possible time penalty now. As Gibby gets through NASCAR.
You see Gibby, yep.
Nova is pit.
I mean,
Nova puts on the inters. He did not go for dries.
I am seeing, I don't know if it's just the game rendering, but it almost looks like there's just a little bit less rain.
I think there might be a little bit less rain now, as Biggie, who we once questioned of his tire choice, is now running P5 on hards that could possibly make it to the end. Toxin pits for new mediums. Lyrical pits for new inters. This field is so 50-50. This is an amazing strategy race. This is incredible.
Yeah, pace, I don't want to say isn't as important in this one, but definitely strategy has allowed a lot of people to make up places artificially.
Absolutely. I think if Arden were to pit now, he would end up behind Nova possibly. As Biggie made the move on Jesus. What happened there?
15 lap old hard.
Biggie made it through Jesus. Jesus must have had a moment or something because he went through no issue. Biggie now chasing down NASCAR Boy, who's on some pretty old intermediates, and if he went out on them too early, might have burnt them out on a dry track. Nico 3.7 behind Miracle on new inters. Gonna watch that gap to see when those dries start taking effect. This is already closed up 6/10 on them. Remember, those two were 2,000s within each other on lap times in Q2. So it's interesting to see who's going to be quicker on the inters or the dries.
We may see iRacing Noob in the Haas make a move on Toxin here shortly. If not in this straight, we see another DNF.
DRS is still enabled. Lyrical DNFs on new inters. And it's safety car.
We have a safety car. Oh no.
Now, so we're up to 2 safety cars. Half the field is on dries. Half the field is on inters. Who pits? Who doesn't? Williams, first one into the pits. Is he going to put on a new set of inters, or is he going to go for some dry tires here?
And if not the Williams, will Ardent Prentice in the Aston Martin immediately behind him pit? It is about time.
Puts on new
free
inters.
pit stop for him.
Absolutely.
This is the moment.
The Williams has put on new inters. I don't know. If I'm out there, I think I'm wanting inters because it's still raining. Less water is going to be moving off the track. So on that restart, it's going to be incredibly slippery. As Apprentice goes into the pits, this is crucial as to which tire he picks. And it's the inters. He's going to the inters. So now does Biggie lose out positions here? And Toxin. Dakota is still
We
on
see Gibby also pitting.
He might have a free stop here. 7 seconds behind. No, the Ferrari, the Mercedes pits as well. Are they going for dries? Did they decide to do the opposite of whatever? No, he goes for new inters. Did they burn them out?
They're going. I don't know, but it's if it's not that he burns them out, they're going to try and get the freshest ones possible to,
absolutely,
prevent that Ardent Prentice undercut.
Here's what's interesting: Dakota's still out on race start hards. Two safety cars and he hasn't pitted. Drive through for Miko, unfortunate. He's not going to be able to pick up some points here, definitely. He's having a rough time without having a pit limiter button. Yep, another 10 second. He's having a really rough time not having a pit limiter button. That's kind of crucial mode, unfortunately. Biggie, P2 on 7-lap-old hards. I would like someone to go back and clip us mocking him for going out and pitting for new hards and cut it to him being P2 on the same set of hards.
No. We are never wrong. Don't
Absolutely.
clip that. We are never wrong. Oh, no.
Jesus has now pit for the hards as well. So he's getting info from Miko that the hards are the new thing. NASCAR boy also pit for a dry tire. This is my Discord absolutely lights up. It's probably Miko. It is. He said it's so chalked. Fuck my life. No pit limiter button. But it's crucial for Jesus to have Miko feeding him all this info in the race as he's out in the hards. I don't know if that's the right call, honestly. But NASCAR has gone for slicks as well.
I mean, we are looking at a 1940 photograph with how much black and white I'm seeing on these racers. I mean, penalty. What are we doing?
It's a wet track that people have already said that they're struggling with track limit wise. So you throw some rain on it, and of course they're going to struggle more with the track limits. I don't even want to open the race director.
Oh. Oh man.
Who do we have in the channel here?
I have some info.
I don't know who it is saying that they have info. Let me check.
This is a
It's
shawarma.
It's shawarma with some
I have
info.
info.
We have D1 Jesus Glazer.
So first, yesterday there was a race that had Racing Noob and Jesus in it. So I do have some So first I want to say, Racing Noob yesterday, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he was really struggling. Can't barely hear y'all. Let me fix this. He was. I was saying. Yeah. Jesus was. Racing Noob. I don't know. He's been struggling with his starts and his overall pace. I don't know. Maybe he turned off an assist or something. So his pace has been off recently. Jesus yesterday, he did like 22 laps stint on hards. So.
Well,
Jesus
that'll be interesting for him.
Pretty good at
I'm thinking that with the hards, he's on the hards right now behind in a medium sandwich. He's on hards in a medium sandwich and wet conditions behind a safety car, not warming up the tires. He's gonna have no pace for 2 to 3 laps until those tires get warm. I'm not quite sure as to why he's not warming his tires right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. But I've also noticed Nova. I don't know what's up with him, but he's been having horrible starts for the past few weekends.
As Dakota is still on 18-lap-old hards in P12. You think someone that hasn't
he is very brave.
He hasn't pit through 2 safety cars and he's still running P12. I'm not quite sure what his hopes are there. Alright, well thank you for the insight there, Shawarma. We appreciate it. We're going to get back to the race now. Appreciate that, though.
Alright. Yep, good luck.
See ya. So this is going to be a crazy restart. We have, of the top 7, it's like 50-50 the tires. Are you with me on those hards not firing up at the start?
I mean, so it's one thing in dry conditions to warm up hard tires inside of 3 laps. That's a challenge in and of itself. But now, factor in the rain, colder temperatures, colder surface temperatures, it's going to be a nightmare. I don't know. I don't know. That would not be my strategy choice.
I think Biggie might be in a good spot. He's on semi-worn hards. My experience with my setups, my hard tires do not feel good until 4 or 5 laps. So he might be in a pretty good spot compared to Jesus, who's on 2-lap old hards. But I still think he loses out behind Gibby. I don't think he's going to be able to hold position here, Biggie.
I don't know. I mean, is DRS still active?
He lost all traction out there. He lost all traction out there. Nova already looking to make a move, having to back off.
That's the hard tires.
He's going to outpace him through the braking zone here without any issue as the Ferrari goes wide. And just taps the Haas. The Haas kind of kicking wide there as the the RB of Gibby gets through as well. Now it's going to be a matter of if Jesus can get through here. He's also really struggling here. A lot of time penalties out back now.
We see a Haas completely ignoring corners. Excuse me, you can't do that. iRacing, what are we doing?
Nico's retiring. That's fair enough. He's had a troubling race without a pit maneuver there.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
Jesus is losing out so much time to Gibby. The drives were not it. Like I said, on the race restart, you need that pace, and the drives do not have the pace right now. Biggie losing out behind NASCAR boy now. Next up, Deathwing sizing up a pass onto Biggie. I think this is a fully wet track now. Toxin losing out to iRacing Noob, who went wide. We're almost to the point
switching
where
to the TV pod camera.
Yeah.
Switching to the TV pod camera. I mean, it is wet. There is no question about it. It is wet. Slicks are not the answer.
We're seeing Deathwing sizing up Biggie, still not able to get through. We're about to see all of the dry tires behind the intermediates. We have one intermediate runner that is struggling as Deathwing sticks it out too wide and loses traction out of turn 2. Now, either these drivers, race engineers, are telling them that it will dry, or they've just chosen wrong. Nico could have fed Jesus bad information about the track being good on dries. Jesus still without time penalty too. 4 seconds behind the front 3 though of Gibby, Nova, and Ardent Apprentice.
You know,
Nova
Dakota, it may just be a question of maybe not fully being aware of F1 strategies, considering he is a little more new, because he is now pitting for mediums.
I don't know what's going on there. So
Definitely
Nova
will have
is
a little
on
more
the
coaching
oldest
to do.
intermediates with a time penalty in V2 with Gibby closing him behind. Gibby, this is pretty ideal for him. No one can really catch him from behind because they're on the wrong strategy right now. And ahead, he's keeping up. We still have 12 laps to go, and the weather could very well change though.
I don't know. This guy is getting darker ever so slowly. I really don't think we will see a dry track for the rest of the race.
Into the pits. He's probably going to the intermediates. Biggie has dropped from P2 to P8. Yep, Toxin switches to the intermediates. That should have been what Biggie did. They 100% could have double-stacked that and opted not to.
We may see a move on the Aston Martin from the Haas here in a second. iRacing is looking incorrect. I'm lying. Second and first. I looked at the Ardent Apprentice, keep it on track. I don't want to see that ever again.
He's definitely going to have to be careful now, otherwise he's going to pick up a time penalty, which would be excellent for Gibby behind, the only driver in the top 3 that would not have a time penalty at that, as they both managed to find traction there. Absolutely insane, going side by side down the back straight. Gibby right behind, and it's Nova with the DRS with Gibby behind. Is Gibby going to have a move here as well? I believe that the Haas is through. but the Racing Bull was not able to get through as he sticks it a bit wide going through the chicane, gets a worse exit, and the Haas is through with a time penalty, and we might see one coming for the Aston Martin soon.
It may have been the case of where the game doesn't give you a warning. More so, it's, you know, it recognizes that you lost time by cutting the corner, and so it doesn't give you the warning. That's what my
I
best
find
guess
no
is.
way that he did not get a warning at the least for that. Jesus
You'd be
still on the
surprised.
dries in P4. Definitely behind 3.4 seconds. But Jesus still holding onto the dry tires for hopes that the racing line will dry up. He is on the hard, so he could very well stick it for a while, but will he lose that too much time? He's already lost half a second to Deathwing since I started this sentence.
I don't see it happening. I really don't. As much as the Glazers want to think so, I don't see it happening for the longevity of the race.
Absolutely. The Aston Martin dropping out of DRS from the older tired Haas of Nova. Haas is on 2-lap older tires, and the Aston Martin can't keep up. This is very good for Gibby, as the Aston doesn't have DRS. He might have a shot going into turn 1 if he can get a really good exit. And he does not. We'll hold off on that fight, as behind we're seeing some more action as well. iRacing New closing in with Deathwing onto Jesus, as Deathwing gets a time penalty. This is crucial that he did not. There's a good section of cars that have not gotten the time penalty, and they need to keep so. Especially iRacing Noob here. iRacing Noob really needs to keep it clean, as Jules and Frankie, some of the last few dry tire runners, are into the pits. Frankie for the inters, and I believe Jules as well is going to the inters. Yes, both are on the inters. There are 2 dry tire runners. The Red Bull of Jesus in P4 and the Racing Bull of Robo Savage in P13. Robo Savage is going to be telling Gibby crucially when it's time to change.
I can tell you, Gibby is trying really hard to push on Ardent Princess. He is dumping ERS, and it looks like
losing traction.
Ardent is not.
Gibby might have burnt out his reason a little bit there, I feel like.
I do believe DRS has been deactivated. He did not open up his rear wing on that straight.
And Robo
So
Savage
maybe
is
no
into the
more
pits.
DRS.
Robo Savage is officially on the intermediates. Gibby is going to lose that notch, as we have a McLaren off. NASCAR boy has DNF'd after coming out of the pits on fresh inters. That is really unfortunate for McLaren, a double DNF. He went straight through and off, it looks like. Really unfortunate. He had just pit for inters too. You'd think he would have found the grip there.
Lack of focus. I mean, there's no other excuse.
You want to know what's extra interesting? Both McLarens DNF'd on first lap intermediates. Both of them couldn't find the grip on the inters on their out lap. You'd think after Lyrical DNF, he would have warned them.
I don't know. It's shocking, truthfully.
Deathwing sizing up an overtake on Jesus. They're wheel to wheel going into a very tight chicane here, and he backs out. Very smart move from Deathwing as Jesus loses the grip, and Deathwing goes right around him. Well executed from him, as iRacing behind is now going to be slicing up something in the braking zone. He backs out as well to try and keep it clean. Jesus just can't find the grip. He's going to have to pit here. Absolutely going to have to pit and pray on no time penalty for him. The top
he has iRacing Noob right up on him.
Absolutely. I think Jesus goes into the pits here.
He does not.
Wow. Okay. Top 3 settling in. Prentice 1.5 behind Nova, and Gibby 1.1 behind Prentice. Nova is also on a time penalty, which would put him behind Gibby. But well ahead of Deathwing, who might be able to catch up, as Jesus is really struggling for grip. Beautifully well done from iRacing Noob coming out of turn 2 there, finding the traction where Jesus couldn't. Jesus really struggling on the grip. Next car behind, Williams far behind.
I mean, the only two racers that are within a second, maybe there's two now, but really it's just Jules and Frankie Franchicha that are within dueling distance.
Yeah, Jesus losing out 2 seconds already to the slow Williams behind. This is absolutely the wrong call.
He made up some positions early on, but you know, he had to have called it quits at some point, switched onto the inters.
I do not know what his plan is.
A little bit of overconfidence could be.
Possibly. iRacing Noob keeping it close to Deathwing, who goes into the pits. Did he have damage? Jesus is staying out. Jesus is
Still
fight
staying
might
out
be with Deathwing. Unless if Deathwing goes to Dries? No, he goes to New Inters. Oh, Jesus just can't find the grip. He has to call it in. He has to.
Stubbornness will bite you sometimes.
So from behind, Jesus is going to have to worry about Deathwing, Biggie, and possibly Spark. Maybe Toxin too if he can find some more grip.
We will have a 3-train of cars with Spark, Deathwing, and Biggie.
I think Jesus here, his train of thought is if he pits, he's going to lose that 2 main positions. But he can't see that everyone behind is on time penalties, and that pitting wouldn't be the worst call because either way he'd come out ahead of them if he can keep the race clean all the way through.
Yep, this is where he would really need that teammate communication between him and Nico. I mean, that is vital information for strategy.
Deathwing slicing up a move on Spark, possibly coming into or out of the hairpin. So they go side by side. They need to keep it clean. And they do. The Ferrari is looking to have a move as well. Opened the door and went right through. Now it's a matter of a DRS straight line speed fight. Who's going to have DRS and who will not? Looks like the Mercedes does not. There's DRS turned off. Have they finally turned off DRS? Absolutely incredible. The Williams behind looking to make a move. Not quite enough. Goes quite wide and has to back off. It is now Deathwing P6 chasing down Jesus 10 seconds ahead. This is vital for Deathwing's race to make up some positions there. Jesus still not calling it in.
Oh, that is a back marker. Okay. I saw a ghost.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
I think that might be on AI mode or something, possibly. Or maybe just back markers are on Ghost. So Gibby now,
blue flags.
Gibby now is 4 seconds off of Ardent Apprentice. That would mean that Nova would come out ahead of Gibby, which would be crucial for Gibby's championship fight. As well as Haas in the championship. Haas is looking to profit the most off of this race. Ferrari also double points as well as Williams.
Yep, I think I mentioned consistency being the Haas's strong point.
Which is absolutely incredible, seeing as how Racing Noob went completely off track earlier.
I think it was him. I may be wrong. It was only a glimpse that I saw, but it did look like a Haas car.
I believe it was. I did see him tumble down the order after he had said so. Frankie's still in DRS at Jules. Still time penalties being handed out. People cannot find the grip and keep it on track still. Let's go ahead and take a look at the order that people have lost positions. Jesus down four positions, Nova up 3, Ardent Apprentice and Gibby still holding out where they started. Deathwing up 2 positions. Biggest gainer here, Jules is up 4, and the back 2 runners that have not DNF'd are up 3 positions each, still out of the point zone. So pretty good winners all around, except for Jesus, who's down 4 positions.
Could this be Nova's chance to get a race win after being shunted in both the sprint race and the feature race last race in Bahrain? I mean, he has the lead at the moment.
Honest answer, no. He has a 3-second time penalty with Ardent Apprentice 1.6 behind with 4 laps to go. Either Ardent Apprentice has to shunt it into the wall, hit track limits himself, or something major, because I don't think he does. What I do think happens is Deathwing closing in on Jesus, 3 seconds behind now. Deathwing does have a penalty and Jesus does not, however.
I mean, even now, if he wanted to switch onto inters, it's too late. He wouldn't have time to make it up. I mean,
he's stuck to this call.
Yep, for better or for worse.
Arden Prentice now closing in on Nova, knowing that this closing stage, it's important that he doesn't pull away. But he has to keep it clean. It's a delicate balance of keep it clean and keep it fast. Gibby out of contention for catching up to Nova's penalty, I believe. DRS is now enabled.
The track is slowly drying.
Does Jesus edge out ahead of Deathwing then? Who is now within DRS with it being turned back on.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt
and
it.
He goes
just because
right
DRS is
through.
active.
Beautiful move from Deathwing.
Which?
Beautiful move. No contention from Jesus as the next car behind Biggie is closing in quick.
I mean, all Deathwing has to worry about here now is since DRS is
Aston
active,
Martin
there
is
will be
off.
2 DRS
Is it
zones.
Arden Prentice? It is not. It is his teammate ahead. Arden Prentice still closing in on Nova as well. Aston Martin gets it going. There will be no safety car.
I mean, Jesus may not be too worried about physically being in front of Deathwing because Deathwing does have that penalty. So, you know, how much does he really choose to push on these last 4 laps?
Absolutely. Crucial too, Arden Prentice is closing in on the DRS of Nova. Does he push for an overtake or does he accept the time penalty?
I think the safe thing is just hold that DRS and form a gap between 3rd place. That is really the safest option.
Biggie looking to make a move on Jesus now. He's having to back off a little bit. Definitely could have stuck that around the outside. He's going to stick it down the inside. They make contact, not thinking not to cause too much damage or harsh. With that Ferrari having way more traction than the Red Bull. As Frankie pits. He might be giving his teammates some advice on dries. Yes, he is. He's on softs. As a Haas is in the pits as well. It's Nova. Nova's in the pits on the mediums. Why did he pit? It stopped raining entirely.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
What the hell happened? Last I saw, the track was raining, and now it's not raining at all. Is Jesus in the play here for a podium?
There's no shot. There's actually no shot. I refuse to believe it.
Oh my days. He'd have to get by Nova, who's on fresh. I don't think Jesus is in contention.
Deathwing is pitting!
Absolutely. This track is now entirely dry. It was on the verge of dry to wet the entire time, and as soon as it stopped raining, it was going to be dry. And ladies and gentlemen, we are there now.
But why would they risk their track position so late in the race?
Time penalty. Yeah, Jesus behind. Jesus would have closed in too much.
That is true.
That's a good quick call from Deathwing in my opinion. As Jesus spins it a little bit, he loses so much time from that. He almost took on damage as well. The Messiah is not having a good race right now on a dry track.
The Messiah. The Messiah is not the Messiah.
Now here's what's interesting. The front 2, Gibby is into the pits, Arden is not, Nova is catching. Nova chose the right undercut here, I think. Gibby too late to respond. I think if Gibby would have responded, he could have been in contention against Prentice. As he goes for softs, there's 2 laps left and he has a set of softs. This is where I said it was crucial that people leave a set of softs from qualifying. And it is showing now with 2 laps left to go. Nova 13 seconds off of Arden Prentice. He has to stay ahead of Gibby with the time penalty that he has.
Through 2 laps, 1.5 actually for Arden Prentice. It looks like if he keeps it under control, he will have a race win under his belt.
Absolutely, I believe that too. Nova not catching quite quick enough. I think the move was more so to defend from Gibby, who might have been on an undercut had he seen it coming.
Yep, there was a big enough gap between the rest of the field that he could make that decision.
Absolutely, and it was the right call. The right call from both drivers to pit there, I believe. As Dakota now pits for mediums. Toxin into the pits for softs. Jesus, still only P6, 3 seconds behind P5. I think his hearts are gone. 16 laps in wet conditions. You're spinning them too much. You burn them out. Look at how he's sliding around. He has absolutely no grip on dry tires on a dry track. He burned them out when it was wet. He's
Say what you want about Dakota being in last. He has no time penalties. He has kept it clean.
Absolutely.
At the very least, he is consistent.
11 seconds off of 12th place, however. Is Jesus at threat from behind from Deathwing? Deathwing has a penalty though.
It may not be a true threat.
I don't think so. I think it's more of an honor thing that Jesus is going to lose out on here. As Nova picks up another time penalty. That was almost, it's definitely a good move that Nova has pit because Gibby would have definitely been there to pick up a position. Definitely a good move from Nova. He's struggling. Nova can't get the grip in the mediums.
As he approaches the last chicane, we will see Ardent Prentice coming in.
Absolutely.
First place, our Canadian Grand Prix winner.
Well done, Prentice. Well done. Good strategy. Kept it clean pretty much the whole way through. Very little action as we see Nova coming across very soon here. Well done to Nova. Deathwing, another time penalty. That's going to be critical to the finishing order as he made another stop. Gibby as well, coming over the line with iRacing Noob. P4, no penalties. 20 laps on the intermediates. The longest driver stint on intermediates done by iRacing Noob, but 20 laps. Well done to him. That's a very well performance to keep those going the entire time. Jesus, P8. He fell.
Where are the Glazers now?
Biggie, who we once questioned, P5 in the Ferrari. Absolutely well done for him. We questioned his strategy, but amazing work for him. Deathwing as well, kept it clean. Spark at the end, picking up a position over Jesus. Very well done from him. See how the finishing order comes out with the time penalties. Jesus goes ahead of Spark, but not ahead of Deathwing, which we said was critical. Jules crosses the line as well here in a second with a time penalty too. And that is the Canadian Grand Prix. What a chaotic thing that was. What the hell? I don't even know
I
where to begin.
have notified Ardent Prentice to, yep, he is waiting for us.
Absolutely. We definitely need to talk to those top three because that was something special. I would also like to talk with Jesus about what happened there at the end and the race calls. I kind of want to talk to Deathwing as well about that because he had a very weird strategy, but it kind of worked out in the end of it all. So we have driver of the day being Deathwing, so we definitely want to talk to him. He had most overtakes. Cleanest driver being Gibby. Fastest lap done by Ardent Prentice as well as the race winner. Absolutely insane mix-up there. Fastest lap was quite a margin ahead of the rest of the field as well, so well on him for that. Jesus, P1 to P7. That's not the outlook that you're wanting to see, especially when you're P2 in the Drivers' Championship.
He does have a significant lead, so maybe he's not too stressed about it.
Absolutely. Gibby, damage minimization complete, podium like we asked him for. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on for some interviews. See who we have waiting. So we have Shawarma for some reason waiting. We have Ardent Prentice. See what we've asked for. As well as at Nova. Which one's... I see two Novas in the thing. Which one's the Haas Nova, do you think?
I have no idea.
I'm just not going to add him as well as Nova. And at Gibby. And congrats to driver of the day. At, fuck, what's his name? Who's the driver of the day? Dragon? What's his name?
Oh, Deathwing.
Deathwing. Holy crap. Deathwing would like to speak with you as well. They're already adding the instant submission. So let's go ahead and get Ardent Prentice in here. We haven't talked to him already, so I'm excited to talk to him. Ardent, Are you there?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely. Congratulations, mate, on winning the Giles Villeneuve Grand Prix around Canada. Absolutely
Thank you.
well done there. So take us through that race, because for us that was something else. That was amazing to watch and be a part of. Dry to wet to dry to wet. Where was your head at through that?
Oh man, yeah, that was. I mean, 6 hours ago, I wasn't even part of the league, so.
Absolutely. Well done, man. Well done. Were you communicating with your teammate at all throughout that race?
No, no.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we didn't have the channel set up, or at least I didn't
that's
see the
unfortunate.
Aston channel, so couldn't talk. But just went in there saying, this is going to be my first race and see where the competition is. And I mean, there's definitely some fast guys here. Nova,
Absolutely.
Jesus. Oh, my mind is slipping. Gibbies.
Gibby, yep.
Yeah, they're super fast and but qualifying went really well. Had two laps that were really good, but unfortunately I cut one of the corners, so it didn't count.
We did see that. Yep.
But still put it on the front row, and then when the race started, I don't know if you guys could tell, but as soon as the race started for us, it was already rain droplets on our screen.
We were speaking on that as it started. We're questioning, where does the field go, because we're seeing rain.
Yeah, but you couldn't really tell on the grid until you went into the race. So the first thing was, man, I chose the hard. It's going to be, hard to keep them alive, keep them up at the temperature. But it wasn't too bad, and thankfully had a decent start and was able to stay in second. And then after a few laps, the hards started to become better than the mediums. And then we had that first safety car, so that kind of stabilized things. But then after that, I was able to get a good start, get the hards up. It took a couple laps to warm them up, but then just get a bit of a lead. And then
Nova had you for a moment. He had overtaken you and held the lead for a little while there.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for that safety car when I came in to put on the intermediates, I probably would have stayed on dries the whole time. Because it did seem like the dries, even though it was raining, the dries were pretty equal, or maybe just a touch better.
Yeah, so I did want to get your food for thought on that. Jesus started P1 and finished P7 by doing what you said and stayed out on the hards. Thoughts on that?
I mean, to be fair, he did come in a lot earlier to put on the intermediates, and I think that's what really screwed him. Because he came in a lot earlier than I did. Like, we had that first safety car pretty early on, and then he came in not long after, probably because his mediums were dead. And that's when me being on the hards helped me a lot to be able to stay out there for a lot longer. And then I did get pretty lucky with the safety car, I have to admit. So at that point, I was like, okay, I have to go on the intermediates. And then I'm not sure if you guys caught on the feed, but after that second restart, as we're going through the first couple turns, it seemed pretty good. But then out of that, what is that? 1, 2, that 3-4 chicane.
Yep.
That left-hander, I had so much understeer. I ended up clipping the wall and I chipped a bit of my wing. And that's when I was like, oh no, yeah. Like, it wasn't too bad. It was like maybe like a lime green, not like a yellow or anything. But I had so much understeer through that turn for whatever reason.
Right.
And then as a result, that's when Nova was able to kind of stay with me, and that's when I was struggling a little bit, and I went wide, and was struggling with my braking until I kind of got it settled. And then after that, it was just kind of cruise control, just staying with Nova throughout the whole time, not letting him get away. I had at least knowing that he had a penalty, I could just stay kind of behind him and not have to push him too hard, as long as I could stay with him. And then at the very end, the last few laps, when it got like dry, that was something else as well.
Yeah, so your relief when Nova got that first time penalty, walk us through that when you saw that come across your screen.
Well, it seemed like he had a bad start at the beginning of the race, so he fell back a bit.
He did.
So I'm not sure if that had anything to do with him, pushing maybe a bit too hard or fighting someone to get the penalty. But when I saw the penalty, there was definitely a sense of relief knowing that, okay, it's another thing that's to my advantage.
Right.
Now, later on in the race, I ended up clipping my wings, so you could argue, which one was worse and kind of balance each other out.
Exactly.
But it's definitely an advantage that you take with both arms, with both hands, and have in your pocket.
Exactly. Yeah. So did you feel confident before the penalty that you were going to be able to catch Nova for the lead, or did you feel like you were settling into position with your wing damage?
After I got the wing damage, it took a good few laps to kind of get used to it, as well as the braking, and that's when I fell back a little bit, and I had Nova go through and kind of get a bit of a lead, and then Gibby was like on me.
Yep.
So there was definitely a bit of panic setting in, but then I just kind of settled down, adjusted my braking, got a feel for the car and the conditions, and then once I got a feel for that, that's when the confidence started coming back in and feeling good and feeling decent about my pace. And then another thing that kind of I had in the back of my mind is I knew that Gibby and I came in at the same time under the safety car,
Yep.
but Nova came in a few laps before.
Yep.
So I knew that my tires were fresher, which the longer the race went on with the conditions, I knew that eventually that's going to come back to me.
Uh-huh.
So I just kept that in the back of my mind and kind of stayed with him, and then eventually just played out the way it did.
Yeah, beautiful league entry. Do you feel confident in possibly winning out the league? You're catching in a few races behind, but this is a promising start and setting the tone for your appearance. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know, after just one race winning the whole league, that'd be kind of a big reach. But I mean, there's definitely some fast guys. I'm just hoping that I could stay active and join the next races coming up and maybe get a full-time seat. I think that's my goal at the moment.
Absolutely.
I mean, Canada is I am Canadian, so it was quite patriotic to win the home race, but it's also
nice.
my best track in terms of like the time trial time. So I don't think this will be the case every weekend.
Okay.
It just lined up in a way that it happened to be my best track. So I feel like Nova and Gibby and those guys I think those will be the guys fighting for the championship. But I would like to stick around and maybe get a full-time seat, and then we'll see how the rest of the season plays out.
Okay, excellent. Fridge, any closing arguments?
No, I mean, I'm just impressed. In such a wet and turbulent weather race, it's key to have a good strategy, and that's definitely what you had in your pocket.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Just a bit of chaos.
Well, thank you for taking the time with us, Ardent. We really appreciate it, and fortunate for a pretty good race. Not too many incidents, especially in the first lap. Everyone was able to keep it mostly clean. You especially squeezed out no time penalties, one of like 3 drivers to do so, so congrats to that. And your first maiden win for the league on your opening Grand Prix, on your home Grand Prix. A lot to say there for a race win, but congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, so Jesus has officially denied a interview. That's kind of expected. He can't really face the Glazers right now. Gibby and Deathwing haven't gotten back, but we can wait on them for a minute if you wanna. I'll PM Gibby if you wanna PM Deathwing real quick.
Yep.
But we can break that down a little bit while we wait for any of them to come in. Anyone else that we might want to talk to possibly? I'm just trying to feel out who was there. Biggie could be someone to talk
maybe.
to.
Could be. Maybe not to talk to, but there is a little bit of back and forth currently in the race paddock about aggressive driving from, other racers, not to shout out the drama, but
Can you name drop?
not everybody's too happy. Somebody's mad at Deathwing.
Oh, really? I did see some aggressive moving, but here's the thing. You can't really call aggressive driving and acting like that when it's those conditions. You're on such different strategies and tire grip that it's hard to say you're racing aggressive when you have that much more pace over someone else.
I mean, that's my thinking exactly. Is it actual criticism, or is it just a little bit of frustration that's leaking out?
Yeah. No, for real. Let me at Novos. I know which one it is to at now. But yeah, no. So absolutely some interesting stuff going on that race throughout. We definitely called it in the beginning was seeing that rain at the beginning. It was hard to tell what the right call was. Do you think starting on inters might have been a play there?
I really don't know. I mean, it was on the verge of somewhat dry and somewhat wet to where really it
My bad.
level
Misclick.
was with switching to the wet or staying on slicks in wet conditions. Might have just been a personal preference kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Would like to see what the weather allocation was said for the drivers, see what the call could have been.
Yeah, bit of a shame. EA, that'd be really nice. Not hoping
Yeah,
out too much though.
absolutely. So some big winners out there. Deathwing having a pretty good race with driver of the day. That's definitely something good that he's gonna be looking at for the future. Haas with a good consistent finish again. I think they might be a really good competitor to win out the constructors. They have two fairly paced out drivers that can keep it consistent.
Yep, and I mean, it's one thing to be ahead in the constructors based on consistency. They do have the pace to, if they start gaining some momentum individually to, you know, give it a little scare for the drivers. I'm interested to see if they can make those moves and the drivers as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll be interesting next week. Miko's asking for if we need an interview. Do we want to interview the person that screwed over Jesus, maybe?
That that'd be funny.
We have no one else right now, so we may as well bring him in until we can see if we can find someone. Biggie said that he would. Let me tell Miko to wait in the waiting room. Wait in waiting room. So we'll talk to Biggie real quick and then Miko. So let's go ahead and get Biggie in here. Biggie, you there?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up? So we want to talk to you because during the first safety car, I believe you pit for new hards, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We were flabbergasted by that decision and said that you would live to regret it, and then you finished P5. Where was your head in choosing the hards?
Not gonna lie, I just gambled. You feel me? Like
Absolutely.
I was between the inters and stuff, but I just went with the hards, and it worked out, man.
It really did for you. Your teammate there, a little bit less pace than you throughout qualifying and everything. Were you talking with him and communicating strategy at all?
Nah.
Okay.
We were not in the PC.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to check, see if you were getting any information back about the dry tires to make that decision, because that was a ballsy decision. We were,
Yeah.
you can watch
I
it
saw
back
everybody else
yeah,
on inters and stuff.
it,
But there was some people.
it was definitely 50-50. There were some people on dries, there were some people on inters. Definitely an interesting call to make, one that did end up paying off for you in the end. Fridge, any thoughts on it?
No, I mean it was as simple as that. You have some very big balls to make that kind of a decision, and then you had the skill to make it pay off. So hey, kudos. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did it feel securing P5 there over Jesus and Deathwing up there? Did it feel like it was a pretty clean race? Did you feel happy with it?
Nah, too many penalties, man. I was getting pushing it too much, pushing it.
It's okay. Literally everyone on the field except like 3 or 4 drivers had a
Yeah.
penalty out there. No one could find the grip.
But I got lucky with OD whatever his name is. The Mercedes behind me. He got a penalty last second.
Huh.
So I
Oh
got
yeah, that
lucky.
was
Yep.
Deathwing, I think.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
was Deathwing, yep.
I got rid of P5.
Yeah, definitely
any day.
good result for you. I think that's good looks in your championship. Let's take a look real quick. So you are currently sitting P4, so
right?
that's definitely a good championship finish for you. You're going to outscore Jesus after that. You're going to be close with iRacing Noob. Do you see a title fight with him over position?
Yeah, I do.
Definitely. Nice. Ferrari, is your is your second seat driver a reserve, or do you communicate with him
Nah,
at all?
he's full time.
Okay.
He's full time.
Yes, I see him a ways down in the championship. 2 races done and only 4 points so far. Definitely some big points for him today, though.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we
Always-
appreciate the
always
talk.
good to
We were
score.
really curious as to
Thank
your
you.
decision there with the hard tires. Any closing comments, Fridge?
Nah,
Nope.
man. Just race, man. Hey, W commentating though. You guys are tough.
Thanks, man. Thanks. See you, man. Good luck in the next race. Good finish.
Thank you.
Okay. Williams wants an interview as well. They think that they scored the most points this weekend, but they didn't, and we can let them know that after we talk to Miko.
Oh, hi.
So were you sabotaging Jesus there to doubt the Glazers?
No. I mean, I just come back. Obviously, I'd been like in time trial. I think yesterday, like the day before, practicing Canada. So I know I should have done better in general in quali, but I just couldn't put anything together. And then in the race, yeah, I don't know. I just
How influential were you to Jesus to pit onto the hards? Was he up in the air about that, and you were the final decision, or
he
was that mostly his
he
call?
was up in the air about it. I went onto I boxed onto the hards
Yep.
just to get like a feel for how they were thinking, and it was really touch and go. Like parts of the track are like dry, you get your grip, and like obviously we couldn't tell how the weather was gonna go. So like he was up in the air about it. I just said just try out the hards and make a gamble because like obviously if you look later on in the race when people had to box onto like slicks because the inters, I was already seeing. So when I was on the inters, like I was getting like micro lockups and stuff. So they were just burning out really quickly. So it was just a matter of like what's the right choice and when. And,
absolutely, yeah. No, I definitely don't think that was it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus has actually denied interview after that race. I can't really blame him. I do think that at the end you could see, I don't know if you tuned in at the end there, he was really struggling in dry conditions on dry tires. He burnt out those hard tires racing in the wet without having traction. They just slip more, and by doing that, you're losing out on wear.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I feel like that was a tough race for everyone, and I mean, we just got it wrong.
Yeah, unfortunate. Hopefully he can make it up later on. He still did finish P7 in the points, so it's limiting the damage.
I mean, that's points.
Yep.
I do want to hop in real quick. So, looking at my notes, Jesus' first two races did go second, and then second, and now it is now, including sprint races, 3 in a row 7th place finishes.
Oof.
You might wanna get him going a little bit. He needs to pick it up.
I mean, obviously, I'm a reserve. I came in today, like to just help out. But I feel I should have performed better in general. Like, so I guess I'll talk to him. But obviously, I'm not his permanent teammate. Don't get me wrong. I would love to, but seat's taken. So I'm just here to cover for whenever I can. But I believe he can. It's just like some tracks people are good at, some tracks people aren't. Like you got to remember we're not like the world's greatest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like some people are going to be better at other tracks. Like you know.
Yeah. How happy was Jesus with that pole lap? Because he set the fastest lap in Q3, but that was not the fastest lap of qualifying.
He was surprised, to say the least.
Definitely.
I mean, I thought he was going to do it because I was looking at his sector timings, but he seemed surprised to do it. I mean, I don't get why. I don't get when people like doubt themselves. Like when you know you can do it, you should just do it. And I mean, he did. I tried. Like, I don't know what happened. To be honest, I just. It's annoying to have a race like that in anything. So
yeah, definitely
for both of us, I think it was could have been better. That's all I can say.
Yeah, definitely a tough one to chew up, but big winners and big losers of this race for sure with how the conditions were. People took gambles. We just got done talking with the Ferrari of Biggie, who had gambled on the first safety car to go to hards, and we were clowning him for it, and he ended up finishing P5. It was all a gamble this race, and some people paid off, and some people lost it big, for sure.
I think it's just really tough conditions, because it wasn't raining, like it wasn't like wet, but at the same time it wasn't dry either. It was like really on the line.
Definitely, yep.
So it was I think it was a lot more down to luck this race rather than strategy.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your insight there with Jesus. We were definitely running if that was your call for him to go on to the hards or if that was mostly him. So that's some good insight there. And he will definitely be taking that into consideration for the rest of the season for sure if he sees rain. Thank you for that, Miko.
You're welcome. Have a nice night.
You too. Well, I'm trying to find another driver to interview. The Williams asked for one, and then when I tell them to come into the waiting room, they don't.
Interesting. Well, that may need to be it for me. I am starving, and I mean, I've got my ramen ready.
Definitely entertained for the night because that was something else of a race, 100%.
This was a much better race than overall a much cleaner and much better race than last week with tougher conditions. So hey, kudos to the racers.
Definitely good to them. Congrats to the podium 3 race winner is Ardent Apprentice, P2 Nova, and P3 Gibby, the championship leader who was not confident going in but said he was hoping for a podium, and driver of the day Deathwing making moves in the back, and Jesus just not being able to put it together. Good on Biggie too for making up moves with the gamble strategy.
Yep.
Alright, well that's going to be it from us, guys. We'll have to see you guys next week and see where this takes us. Congrats.